Trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Make you watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to play like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. Disturb that, or Millie rock like a FanDuel. And that's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel. BROOKLYN, BROOKLYN.
Yo, Nets fans is the best fans. It's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Shout to everybody in the chat. Shout to the Nets fans, of course. And again, man, that's the old price and this the new price. If Orlando Magic want Cam Johnson, we got an old price and a new price. Yeah, that's the old price and the new price. That's basically what it is. Claude Smith said the big three, and Bridges said they wanted to stay here and wanted to keep him. Shortly afterward, they wanted Cam Johnson to say he wanted to stay. Do the management believe in him? I don't know, Claude. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I just know if Orlando want to stay competitive because they need some points on the board, Cam Johnson gonna be over there like a 1.5 option. He may not be the one option, he might be the 2 option or something. It's him and Schroeder going over there so they can compete. And who we gonna get back? Cole Anthony used to play with Cam Thomas and Oak Hill. Word. I don't know. You know, that's the old price and the new price. What's up? Yo, first and foremost, I just want to say Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero. As a Nets fan, I don't want to see I get hurt. I understand that it's part of basketball in the game and these things happen, but I don't want to see I get hurt. It's weird that y'all got the same injury, you know? Paolo Banchero and Wagner, they got the same injury. So I just thought that was like, come on, man, like can't have both of y'all have it the same injury. It just, you know, shows that you gotta, I guess, you find that area and work out that area. I don't know what it is about that muscle, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. But I can't call it, won't spoil it. Show. Shout to Diggs BTW7. He's the only one, or this she, I don't even know. Watches me on Twitter. Yeah, because I put the Twitter link out there too. You know what I'm saying? So, Diggs, BTW7, help share this on Twitter. Anybody trying to talk basketball, we could get into other stuff too, because the Nets don't even play tonight for real. But I did see that Wagner got hurt, and I figured that Nets probably say, "Yo, Orlando, if y'all want Cam Johnson, because y'all want to stay competitive until Paolo and Wagner come back, y'all want Cam Johnson, we'll make the trade with you, but you got to do this, this, and that." We got the upper hand on negotiating. Sean Marks could, you know what I mean? He could, you know, he has the advantage in this situation. I'll say that. There's multiple things that he can do. There's options that he has. There's things that he can put himself in a position to do for now and later. He can, turn the tables, if you will. Sean Marks is in a situation where he could put the Brooklyn Nets in a situation where we have a lot of draft capital because capital is money. Sean Marks in a situation where he could say, "Yo, listen, I got this, I got that. Y'all ain't gonna be in contention for this many seasons, but because we got those draft picks in that season, we could do this and that because we'll make the trade for Cam Johnson and Dennis Schroeder." I ain't saying Dennis Schroeder and Cam Johnson coming out of package. I'm just saying I'm putting one and one together. I mean, obvious, the relationship between Schroeder and the Wagner brothers, and obvious, Cam Johnson. And I'm saying he was playing in a place where it had nice weather. Cam Johnson grew a bed. You send him out there to Orlando, it might be something good for Cam Johnson because he'll be like almost the one option. He became more of a shot creator this season with the Brooklyn Nets. It might be a good look for Cam Johnson, but Cam Johnson say he wants to stay. Cam Johnson say he wants to stay in Brooklyn. Does Cam Johnson want to stay in Brooklyn? Do he want to leave all of this golden crust and beautiful women and fans that with the you know what I mean, rooting for him when he playing good basketball? And if he not, we being honest with him, but we not trashing him. We've all acknowledged Cam Johnson when he started playing better basketball. Been giving him big salute, like, yo, bro, you holding it down. I'm saying we see what you doing out there. Got fans mad that they ain't put money up on their parlays because they ain't know you was gonna be on it like that. Shout out to Cam Johnson, man. You was really out there playing great basketball, and you still out there playing great basketball. I'm not for one that want to see you leave. I ain't into all of the draft and this and that. I get it, but just from what I see and from what I know, why would Cam Johnson want to stay? What does Cam Johnson know? Does Cam Johnson feel like he want to be part of this team when it becomes a championship contending team? Do we have to do a whole lot of negotiating? Do we have to tell Cam Johnson this and that and how good we can make it for him to get traded? Or will he say, hell no, we won't go? How does Cam Johnson feel about this situation? That's all I'm trying to ask. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to talk about this all night. You know what I mean? But yeah, oh yeah, funny. But yeah, no, seriously, Sean Marks in a situation where he could pimp this situation, not necessarily pimp it, but it has the advantage in a way where you can't just offer anything for Cam Johnson. The old price is not the new price. They want to stay competitive. They've been winning with Wagner, and they needed Wagner to stay healthy, and at least until Paolo Banchero came back, and now Wagner is not playing. They do not want to be a team that falls off and not be in contention. They got like the feel of winning. The Orlando Magic ain't done. If they get Cam Johnson, they feel like they got a chance. The way Cam Johnson playing basketball, you can't tell me they don't know about him in the Orlando Magic, bro. You can't tell me they ain't, you know what I mean? I had some Orlando Magic fans on Twitter. Let's see if they pull up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on though, man. All I could tell you is Cam Johnson want to stay. He said that. He said he don't want to get traded. And I just don't know which way it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? But it gotta make sense. It gotta make sense. You know what I mean? Only thing was like we get back Chet Howard. Like that's another wing. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, what we doing? Like, what would this trade look like, man? What would this trade look like? LBL for life. One said, "I'll take Anthony Black and a first for Cam Johnson." That's tough. I'm not even going to articulate that soliloquy. I don't know. Should I throw the link in the chat? Because I just wanted to pull up real quick. I did tag mad people though, but I wanted to pull up mad quick just to say that. Like, I did want to get that off. I did want to say that, yeah, there are going to be trade packages, and I've heard what we will be giving up with a Cam Johnson and a Schroeder, but what we'll be getting back at Anthony Black for this team is serious. You put Anthony Black next to, yo, nah, I ain't gonna give it to you like that. I ain't gonna give it to you like that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna let LBL. Know what I'm saying, cook, man. Y'all can tell us how y'all feel, man. And I took my time because I'm gonna say it now before y'all pull up. So I gotta go on, you know what I mean? It's like trying to interrupt somebody, you know what I mean? That's why I'm doing a show like this too. Like, you know, I don't be wanting to interrupt y'all, but I'll be wanting to say more stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I figure I'll do it in the beginning of the show, top of the show, before I throw the link in the chat, just so, you know what I'm saying? I'll vibe out, you know what I mean? Then I'll finish. I'm done with what I'm saying. Then, you know what I mean? We could get to it, however. But that being said, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. Word. It's gonna be very interesting, man. And listen, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. He's still on the team. And I want y'all to know, I want y'all to treat Cam Johnson like he's still on the team. Don't already trade him away because you could do it on your, you know what I'm saying? You could generate the trade. He's on the team. Respect him for what he's done on the team. We shouldn't be trying to hurry Cam Johnson out the door. Until he's not a Brooklyn Nets no more, I want Nets fans to show him the respect he deserves. Yo, Ice, what's good, man?
What's good? What's goody?
Oh man, I just want Cam Johnson to know that I respect the basketball and the brand of basketball he been representing. He been making Brooklyn basketball look really good, and I appreciate that. And I don't want nobody to throw no stains on his jacket when he was playing next to McCall and all of that stuff like that. We ain't even been tripping on none of that. He been playing great lately, and I'm not just fast to send him off. Now I understand the business of basketball the more I became a content creator and vlog. But I'm not just, he's not a player that I just want to send off. I like how he ascended, Iceman. I like how he got better from last season to this season. So I want you to start with LBL for Life's comment. He said, I'll take Anthony Black in the first for Cam Johnson. How do you feel about that? Is he rushing or should he be appreciating, you know what I'm saying, Cam Johnson? Or should we be entertaining the trade because of the business of basketball? I don't know, man. This, you know, I understand, but this, I guess, man. I guess, man. Talk to me, Ice, man. Help me out with this, man.
You got to look at it at multiple ways, right? It's not only one way to look at it, but who said Orlando was giving up Anthony Black? Like, they're not giving up Anthony Black. You know what I mean? He one of their top draft picks. They're not giving him up.
What was his draft pick? What was his draft pick?
I forget what Anthony Black was.
Well, he was a lottery pick though, for real.
I think he was. I think Anthony Black was a lottery pick.
Chad, find out. Chad, find out if he was a lottery pick for us.
You got to look at Cole Anthony or someone that's not playing for them. You know what I mean? You got to look at somebody that's not putting.
But that's not the same value. We giving up Cam Johnson, we get Cole Anthony back. Wow,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to get Anthony Black. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, hold on. So you agree that Cam Johnson is better than Cole Anthony, but maybe not better than Anthony Black overall and everything with the prospect and
Well,
potential and all of that stuff like
right,
that.
right. The potential for Anthony Black is high. Cole Anthony
Mm.
is a good player, but you know what I'm saying? When people want to do trades, you got to look at, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it sounds good
Yo,
to get
man.
Anthony Black, but you're not getting him. You know what I mean? Like,
Listen, man. Yeah, listen. I seen Cam Johnson coming off that curl, knocking down threes this season, man. That shit is, as a fan, that you don't just take that away from a Nets fan like that, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't be getting that many jump shooters that be doing that off the curl and all the different basketball actions. They playing above the 3-point line, below the 3-point line. As soon as again we get any type of momentum, then they get traded. I don't be feeling that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? As a Nets fan, I be going through it, man. Yo, LBL, talk to us, man. How you
What's
feel
up?
about this, man? You heard
Yeah,
what I
what's up?
said, man. You're not just getting Anthony Black, man. You
Well,
think it can happen, or that's what you want to happen?
nah, I think it's the latter that's what I want to happen. It ain't happening. He's right because Anthony Black is a potential starting point guard in this league, and and maybe a potential star down the road. But so we're not getting him for that. But the problem is, so I did write that I'll take some expiring contracts. And I'll take a first for Cam Johnson. But the problem with Orlando is if you give Cam Johnson over to Orlando and those dudes come back, meaning Bancaro and the Wagners, then and Anthony Black is still there, they start to get good, and then next year they're gonna be even better. So you don't want their low first because their pick will be turned their own picks would end up being low picks for us. So I know
But
that
hold
they
on, but do you agree that we have the advantage to say no? Like,
what do
what
you
if
mean
what?
to
Because
specifically to
I
Orlando?
don't. I
You mean
But what I'm
specifically
saying
to
is,
them?
yeah, specifically to Orlando, I think we have the advantage. They need Cam Johnson. Like, we don't need to trade him to you. He will work for your team, of course. You see how he playing. That's the attitude I want Sean Marks to kind of have. Like, yeah,
I don't
of course,
I
you
don't
want Cam
believe that.
Johnson. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
believe that because
No.
here's the reason why I don't, because
All right.
we have an advantage in that there's a greater need for them, right? So like when you say yesterday, when you do that Fat Joe, yesterday's price ain't today's price, right? That's true. But the
That is
problem
true.
for us, is if you look at doing nothing, if we look at Sean Marks holding steady and doing nothing, the only thing that happens to us is our draft value goes down. We end up with the 12th or 15th pick if we keep Cam Johnson and we keep going. Because I'm saying on the fact that if he continues to play this way the whole year, we end up keeping him, and then we have a mediocre record, but we're not as bad as we need to be. And that's the problem. So we need to really we got to stick to the plan. The plan is we wanted him to play as great as we can. A lot of us doubted whether Cam could even play this good or look this good for this long. He has done it and is appreciative, but you know how you appreciate him? Move him. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, but I think I'm not saying that I disagree with that. I'm saying we have the advantage in the sense where we don't have to take whatever they trying to give us. Like, we could up the ante. You feel what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I
Like,
think they have somebody's pick that's really good. I don't know, maybe Ice can help us out. Do they have Philly's pick? They have somebody's pick or a Clipper pick. I think
I'm not,
Orlando has somebody's pick for
I'm not sure.
2025.
I'm not
So
sure. I don't
when
know how
somebody else
laptop is.
can, so maybe somebody else could do the research, but I believe they have a higher a pick that will be in the lottery from a team this year. I believe that Orlando has that, and if we can get that, and then whatever bevy of players that adds up to Johnson's contract. Because the thing is, you're the one, Breezy, that's saying, "Oh, you like Zaire. Oh, you like these other guys." But if you keep getting more guys that block their time or that they have to share time with, they don't develop as much. So just getting rid of Cam Johnson, period, allows these younger guys like Clowney and Wilson and Zaire all to play, and that's part
Yeah,
of it. That's
yeah,
part
nah,
of
I
it.
know, I know the business of basketball. Like I said, the more I vlog, the more I know it. But shit, from a fan perspective, you know what I mean. I can see how he's become a fan favorite this season. But we gonna go to Chris. Chris joined the panel, man. Shout out to Chris, man. We talking about Cam Johnson getting traded. Do the Nets fans want Cam Johnson to stay or get traded? Uh, yeah, that's what we talking about, man. What's good though, Chris?
Yo,
Yo.
He's muted, maybe.
Oh yeah, I think he trying to switch phones or something. Yo,
Yeah, y'all hear me?
kinda. Like,
yeah, yeah.
Where
yeah,
it's
I
better?
mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm on this
better.
damn blank ass iPad. But yo, what I'm trying to say is like you can't really trade Cam Johnson to them unless they willing to unload one of those guys who make around the same much as Cam Johnson. And I don't think they're gonna be willing to trade any of those guys who in that same ballpark money wise.
All right, cool. Me personally, I
Yeah,
look at it for what it.
that's my issue.
Yeah, as far as when it comes down to matching the monies, like you know what I'm saying, they gotta do it. The only way you could compensate outside of that is draft picks. You can't match the money, then you gotta. Know what I'm saying, we gotta talk draft picks. It's you know feel me. And if we not we talking draft picks. If other than that, we ain't talking. You know what I'm saying? So because at the end of the day, they city want to stay in contention, bro. If they looking at it like, yo, if these two players not injured, bro, in the ESPN top 25, they was 4 and 5 or something like that. They in the top 10 anyways. And I'm not saying I agree with that or whatnot, but I'm just saying for them not to be on a team because of health,
Hey,
the
I got a
city see
question.
the city see how they play when they together, bro. They don't want to lose, bro.
I
They
think
want to
yeah.
go as far as they can go.
Yep.
If they could get Cam Johnson to become a shot creator on that team, they fit in the you know what I'm saying? Be better than they was if Cam Johnson didn't come to that team. And then
Right, but I don't
if
see
if they get Schroeder and
Cam
Cam
Johnson
Johnson,
gonna be
bro,
able to
they gonna
get
win.
over there though. They don't got
But
no they had
listen,
bench boosters.
what I'm saying is, all right. So y'all want to talk
No,
the
I hear
business
what
of
you're saying in
basketball?
terms of the
No, no,
fit.
no, no, no.
Terms of
Hold
the
on. Let me
fit.
finish. Let me finish,
Right, my
Chris.
bad.
What I'm saying is with the whole thing with far as money making money's match. Somebody like Dennis Schroeder, who in his last year's contract, he gonna want to get signed because he gonna want to contend. He had a place in his career where he need to contend. So he'll go to a place like Orlando, in my opinion. Now I'm only saying that to say it would be the same for Cam Johnson because of the trajectory of the Brooklyn Nets. Do Nets fans want him on the team? Yeah, but the Nets fans is like, yo, he helping us win. I'm not gonna lie. The way he playing the game, he playing to win. He ain't worried about tanking and none of that. He playing to win. So I gotta respect that. You feel what I'm saying? So, it makes sense for you know what I mean, the Orlando fans to I don't know, just respect Cam Johnson and what he brings to the game, bro, because he playing good basketball. And if they got 10 more games without Wagner and Paolo Banchero, but Cam Johnson there, yeah, they gonna go 5 for 5 or 6 for 4 or some shit. They ain't gonna slide to like 2-8 or 1-9 and no dumb shit. Cam Johnson gonna help them win. Plus they play defense. Yeah, they gonna win, bro. They're gonna win.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I hear you as far as the like as far as fit wise and being able to help them win. But I'm saying we still got to take account into the money though. If that was the work, that's why Shooter he seems like the best fit because money wise, you can attach that to Cole Anthony or whatever. Cole Anthony is still pretty much young, 24, got experience, and then they can just and then Nets like, hold up, I want some picks with that. They can offload some picks with it. You know what I mean? That's the most main thing Nets fans care about, right?
Yeah, no, I was saying that earlier
Yeah.
too.
So, yep.
Sean
And then
Marks,
Shooter can
that's
still
what.
help them.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was
Hmm.
saying. LBL, how you gonna say we got that advantage if that's what it is? If we could get more draft picks
Well,
out the situation, we got that advantage.
but what Chris is
Yep.
saying is, regardless of whatever, how many picks you have, the money has to match. And if the money doesn't match, that's what I'm saying. Like we have to make sure, because Cam Johnson makes whatever 24 million or whatever. The money
Nah,
has
he
to
make
match
yeah.
across, it has to match across the table, whether it's a combination of Cole Anthony, Jet Howard, or whoever else. It has to add up to Cam Johnson's money, or we can't make the trade. So
Yep.
with that said, I don't want to. For me, I just quickly looked at their roster and I see what's the name is making almost 15. Jonathan Isaac. I don't want Jonathan Isaac. I don't want none of these
Yep. Because
guys.
he's injury prone.
No,
Yep.
I'm saying, but I don't want none of these guys that they got
No.
stuck with paying
Not to
money.
cut you
And
off.
now
Iceman funny. Iceman, why that's so funny, Iceman?
Not to cut you off, but
Like, 'cause
you
he
would
said
want
he
him,
don't
but
want
the
Jonathan
injuries.
Isaac though. It's like Jonathan Isaac been hurt and injured so many
Yeah,
times.
that's
Yeah, like his injury rap sheet is long as hell, bro. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Y'all killed Ben Simmons,
crazy.
but y'all add Jonathan Isaac. It doesn't make sense then.
yeah. And then the other thing is, Ice, I had this question, Breezy, and it is this. To me, I kind of want to stay away from Jet Howard. I kind of want to stay away. I know he's still a young guy, he's still a prospect, but I don't like the dynamics of having his dad on the team and then we have him on the team. And then, maybe something is happening where it makes it kind of awkward for our coach. You know what I mean? Like if
Oh,
other
can I respond
players
after
are
that,
playing stuff.
Ice?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You gonna go, right, Ice? I don't want to
Nah,
step
go ahead, go ahead,
like
go ahead.
Ice. Oh, okay. So what that is, like, I don't think that'll be an issue because I feel as though Juwan Howard and Jordy got a relationship, right? So I feel as though that can still work, and I don't think he's gonna get no big favoritism. And he's a shooter, right? That's what he do. That's his specialty, right? So you get him in the mix. He's still young. You get him in the mix along with you keep Cam Thomas in the mix. That's your scorer. That's your you know what I mean. That's your guy, right? You want him to be in the mix with whoever you draft. That's going to be nice. That can create some offensive creativity. So whereas though he's going to be able to space the floor, like I wouldn't mind that if it makes sense. What
I
y'all
would
Yeah,
think?
say, I would
good.
say I'm not worried about that, but the reason why I wouldn't say Jet Howard, right? Because we always Nets get players just like him all the time. It's like a steady repeat of that same guy, the
Another
same.
Seth Curry, right?
Yeah, it's the same person, just taller. You know what I'm saying? A little bit bigger. It's the same dude. You know what I mean? Like they got to get away from that. I know they're trying to get away from it, but they really got to get away from getting the same
You mean
exact
you
guy
mean
every
getting
time.
away from one trick ponies, one dimensional players, right?
Yeah.
Wait. All right. So how y'all feel about this kid, Trey Johnson out of Texas? What's up with that? What y'all think about him? He's sneaking up on my draft board. Y'all heard me?
Trey is all right. He's not very athletic. He's a big time. He's a shooter and a scorer. You know what I mean? And he's 6'6". But
Mm-hmm.
again, when you got Cam, and he's not really that big either. So it's like, can he play the 3? Or you gonna have to stick him at 2? I don't really got him on my board because he's like, you know what I mean? It's like the same thing again. Like you got to move Cam in order to put him at the 2. You know what I mean? Because he's not really a 3 either. I'd say you could probably play him there sometimes because he's 6'6", but realistically, he a 2 guard.
Yeah, I think on today's Bleacher Report, the one that I just sent you, Breezy and Ice, the one they compare him to Cam Thomas. They saying he's a bigger Cam Thomas, a guy who could get his own shot and a guy who could shoot, but we're not sure what else he could do.
Right. Exactly. That's what I see out there. You know what I mean? So he ain't on my draft board.
But the reason I even linked that to y'all was because I saw like current Nets now, like our status now. Those are
Joint
some
messed up.
ugly
I couldn't even
picks.
hear you, Ice.
You say you
You
can hear
know,
me?
Yeah, I can hear
uh,
now. I just missed your points on him.
Oh, go ahead, say it again, Ice.
Yo, I was saying, right? He's not really a 3 when he's a 6. He's 6'6". He's not really athletic like that, not really explosive or whatever. But he plays like Cam Thomas, and you would have to move him to the 2 You know what I mean? And it's like the same guy over. If you can play him at the 3, but it's like he's like the same guy. So I don't have him on draft board.
Look. But what also with him is he can get you in the post too.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like they still. Yeah, I feel like they're still. I don't know, man. I can see them working. Bro.
But he ain't that big though. He's a lightweight 6'6". You know what I mean? He ain't 220 or nothing like that. He's small.
190 pounds.
But he 18. What do you say?
He's 190 pounds.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. We'll see. I like him though. He
ain't on my draft board. He ain't on my draft board.
So who you like?
He can score though.
Yeah, man. He look like he got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like some players you can just tell. Like,
yeah.
He definitely has it, but he's definitely like Cam Thomas. You know what I mean? So where you gonna put him at the 2 or the 3? You can't put him at the 3.
They said they like his playmaking too, though. His playmaking might be better than Cam's though. What about that?
He ain't gonna start.
Yeah, depending on who stays. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, Jonathan?
You can never have enough scoring.
Yo,
hey Chris.
That's what I'm saying. Like the more help, the better. The more players that you gotta account for, the better. You know what I mean? Because
you can never not have enough scoring.
Yeah, that's true. But can somebody tell us what their draft capital looks like, so
they got that Nuggets pick that's really valuable, the 2025 protected one.
Orlando owns every last one of their picks until probably 2030. They basically own all their picks, so they can take every year, and they can take for pretty much every year moving forward.
You know the old saying, lightning doesn't strike twice? Well, it just did with the Magic. They lost the number 1 and number 2 to oblique injury. Sean Marks has a golden opportunity in front of his hands. If you can't get draft capital and Jett Howard for Cam Johnson right now, Sean Marks ain't a good GM. I mean, this is a golden opportunity.
Cam Johnson, he make too much damn money.
It don't matter about the money. It's about does the Magic want to win right now? Yes, they do. You can plug Johnson in as a reinforcement right now to keep them afloat. And then when you have Paolo and Franz come back, Johnson becomes your third option off your bench. It's a win for them.
What they have to offer?
I hear you,
what they going to offer us?
What do you say?
What would they offer us?
Scott, they got Jett Howard. They got the matching salary and Cole Anthony, Gary Harris. What do you mean they don't got matching salary?
That's not enough.
All right, so
those two are not enough.
Let
They're not enough to match. That's what I'm saying, John.
Yeah,
tell us to match. Tell us.
We got Cole Anthony. I know somebody had a trade scenario about Anthony Black. I don't think they'll give us Anthony Black, but they would give us Jett Howard in the deal. You probably have to take back Gary Harris and Cole Anthony to make that work.
No, I don't think the 3 of them, John. I don't think the 3 of them together make what he makes.
Let me see.
I think it gets some
3
close.
players for Cam Johnson and a pick. Yo.
Hey, we can work around that. That's not like nothing that we're getting back. We're getting back a decent draft pick.
We got Mikal for 5 picks. I mean, you know.
We're not getting Johnson for 4 to 5 picks. Anybody thinks that, get your head out the gutter. We got to make a business decision here, and the Magic are a good team for us to work
I will say this. I don't know how the salaries work, but
that's what I'm saying.
Based on Franz Wagner injury, Cam Johnson don't sound pretty bad if I'm Orlando.
He's necessary right now. He's a good scoring power forward for them.
They don't have no first, though, right?
Jonathan.
Yeah, they do, Scott. They got first offers. They got the Nuggets pick. That's the pick I want in any deal for Johnson right now.
Jonathan, one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to have to take back Jonathan Isaac, and we don't want to have to take back, we don't want to take back guys that are signed and we know that we don't even want them just because the salary matches. And the other thing is the reason that it's good that Orlando has their own picks, but look, by next year, if say we take a 2026, if they get Cam Johnson and they're back healthy, they're a winning team. That's a low pick for us. So we need to get somebody's pick who we need either them to give up some other pick they have, because we need a valuable pick.
Here's another thing, LB. I got a good selling point for you. This is a good thing. Honestly, the Johnson sweepstakes, it should probably come down to OKC and the Magic. You know why? Because both of those teams are struggling in 3-point percentage. And what is Cam Johnson doing really well in? He's hitting the 3 ball like nobody's business. So if you want to get decent a little decent haul back, the Magic and OKC are my two top teams right now, and the Magic have way more of a need for Johnson than OKC does at the present
I
moment.
got a question.
Hold on.
3-point shooting.
Go ahead, Chris.
OKC gonna be fine though because they still got players that can shoot, and then you got high gravity players in SGA and what's his name, J-Dub. Then you get Chet back in the mix, right? So they ain't gonna be desperate. So then you got
well, the thing about getting Johnson is that's if you want to win extra move. He's like that extra depth piece that puts OKC tenfold over right now.
So you don't think that they'll still be fine with or without Cam Johnson?
No, I think OKC will be fine right now, but I'm just saying if you want if John Marks wants a hold back, something close to it for Cam Johnson, OKC is probably the only team that can really match it. But the Magic have some valuable assets that if we get them, it helps propel us forward. That Nuggets pick gives us 5 firsts in next year's draft.
Yeah,
we can move those picks to get to move up in the draft.
If I'm OKC, I'm like, I'm cool. Like, you know what I mean? But
they don't have to do. They don't have to do it, but I could see them make a play for us if we're not getting anything back that we're happy with Johnson. But I think the Magic, if they're willing to put Howard and that Nuggets pick on the table for us, it could be a deal. Though there could be a deal there.
Howard, Cole Anthony, Gary Harris, they make $2 million more. That would be $2 million more.
Well, we could possibly add maybe Shake Milton or Day'Ron Sharp to the Johnson deal, so we can match salary too. We could add a piece to the Johnson deal as well.
All right, yeah, if you do that, that might
sounds cool. But I got a question. Has anybody heard? I know Nets fans want to move off Cam Johnson, but have y'all heard anybody being interested in Cam Johnson? Has anybody seen any news?
All the contenders should be interested in Cam Johnson right now.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I said, have you heard of any team making any moves for Cam Johnson? Not us saying, yeah, we need to send him here. Who is looking for Cam Johnson?
The only team I saw was the Lakers.
But the thing about that is, but the thing about all of that is, one, it's not even close to the start of the trade deadline.
Right,
so
exactly.
realistically, you're not going to hear teams being interested until the trade deadline comes.
Well,
right,
December 15th is next Sunday.
We keep telling y'all, teams do not move in early December. They don't. It's not. Most teams don't move on people until early February or January.
Well, here's a good thing. December 15th is next Sunday, so the deadline starts next Sunday. LM. The deadline starts next Sunday, guys, when December 15th hits. And here's another thing.
So around next Sunday, you can probably expect.
Yeah, well, here's a question. Why is Doe playing tomorrow? Wasn't he out for like a week and a half because he's in trade deadline rumors, and now he's playing again? Like, what are they thinking? He shouldn't be playing right now. Doe is probably the first piece because Doe is probably the first piece you want to get out of here if we're trying to get the pieces going.
Well, you would have to move off those guys quickly because if Cam Johnson gets another injury, God forbid.
Right.
I mean,
I read somewhere that the Lakers were interested in Cam Johnson.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah,
same. I read the same thing.
Lakers lies, bro. They interested in the whole league. Like,
you're right about that too, Ice. But they've been interested in Doe, Claxton, Johnson, and even Schroeder.
Everybody.
Yeah.
But if we keep it 100, be honest with me. If Claxton was defending Trae Young last night, would Young have got that 3-point off? I don't think so. They probably need Claxton more than they need a Dennis, Doe, or Johnson. Well, Claxton has guarded Young in the past a few times, and he actually had some shot blocks on him. So the Lakers need a center right now. That's probably their biggest need. But I know they're going to try to get a Jonas Valanciunas, a Robert Williams, or a Walker Kessler. But you could get Claxton at a discount with us. We're not going to ask for a gigantic haul, and we could probably get a good pick from them.
That you said that, John. All 4 of those guys I consider better players than Claxton.
On defense, I don't know about defense.
Overall, we're not just talking about defense. I think he's talking about overall, right?
I am talking overall.
Well, you could probably, if you want to get the cheapest centers, probably Nikola Vucic. He's worth 2 seconds. I think the Lakers can make that happen. You know, they probably have to give up D'Lo or something for it. So if you want to go that route, you could go even cheaper than that. But if they want to win, is Nikola Vucic going to be what wins the Lakers a title? I don't think so. I think they need defense. That's the biggest Lakers problem is their defense has been horrible. They haven't fixed it at all yet.
So hold on. Even if it is the Lakers, we still got that advantage.
We do in negotiations. I think that's what Marks has to start realizing. You have negotiating power, but the thing is to not get super greedy. You have to come to a price point where you can sell off these pieces.
So hold on. What draft picks the Lakers got? Let's talk Turkey. Let's talk Turkey.
They got, I think they got a 2027 and a 2029 first, and then they got a 2030 swap and I think a 2031-32 swap. So they got 4 firsts.
31, 32. Nah, that's weak. That's weak sauce.
Those are swaps. Those 2 are swaps. But as far as the first goes, I know they got a 2029 first.
That's a weak sauce swap. It's a weak sauce swap.
They got a 2028 first as well, a 2026.
You know who else might be interested in
what else? Who else? Oh, because that was weak.
Rockets.
Rockets. What Rockets? What they want to do?
Because they still want more shooting.
They got their own 26.
They second in the West, and they want more shooting. They want something else.
Hey, would they want to give us that 2027 swap they got? Our swap? Would they want to give us that back for Johnson?
Hold on.
21st.
Hold on. All right, Scott. So let's go to Scott real quick. Let's have a conversation. And we gotta go to LM too. I want them to cook too. Shout out to everybody that's cooking on the panel. Do you think that Cam Johnson put the Rockets over the top, make them number 1 in the West?
No way.
No.
He helps, but it's something about that team. I just can't pinpoint it. It's not the players. It must be something else.
Yeah, Jalen Green. He's not playing at a superstar level, and he's your second pick.
Can I ask a question though for
That's the
y'all
problem.
Nets fans though? Like, why do y'all want to trade? It's like y'all want to trade everybody. Oh, trade.
No, I don't.
Y'all want to trade.
So hold on, you're not a Nets fan. What kind of fan are you? If you're not a Nets fan,
I don't.
Yeah, no, I'm still a Nets fan, but I'm saying I've seen.
No, I'm saying
trade everybody. Like,
no,
who else you gonna have?
No, I ain't. I don't want to trade everybody.
Well, there's 4 people you could save on this team, Chris. Chris, there's a few people you could save on this team.
They want to trade Cam Johnson. They want to trade Shooter, Dodo. They want to trade everybody.
Well, Chris. Here's a problem. Clowney might come back tomorrow, right? You just got Dayron back, and then you have Simmons playing off the bench, and then you have Dayron and Clowney. Like, you're eventually gonna have to see who gets those mids. You can't play all those guys off the bench, so that's why you got to make trades soon, because you got to figure out who's gonna be here and who's just taking up minutes. That has to be
Jordy the coach though. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing. We want him. We want Clowney to get real minutes. When Cam Thomas comes back, Cam Thomas is a starter.
Hold on. Quick question before you go. He wasn't
wait
getting
a minute.
He was getting like 18 to 20 minutes a game, but realistically, he could get 25 minutes a game if the vets weren't playing all these minutes.
They're not tanking. They're going to play 10 players. That's how you get to where you need to get to in the draft. You play with a large bench. You let everybody get burned so you can see what you got.
Do you mean including veterans?
Including veterans. Play everybody gets to
trade
play.
off the veterans.
Then you can sit your veterans.
I'm ready to trade the vets.
Halfway through the season, so you can trade them. Because
you trade the veterans while they have value now.
Right.
Hold on. Let's hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Now.
Hold on. One mic. Scott, had this conversation with LM because I want to hear more from LM. Shout to LM for joining the panel. Let Scott and LM go back and forth about whatever they talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, LM. Nobody's trading. I know you agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't trade anybody right now. You
can't. And the reason with the vets is like, I get it. Like, you need to have vets on your team, but in the era where we're not competing for no type of championship whatsoever,
you can move them.
You can move them.
I understand that, but I would do it when it's not against you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to go. I'm not giving up nothing for free.
Right. You would want some sort of good return though.
For Cam Johnson, and he's shooting threes out of his mind. I'm not taking a second round pick and a pick swap.
Nobody's saying that.
You're gonna get a first for Johnson at least.
All right, so hold on, Scott. So Scott. So what's their situation? I ain't got the numbers in front of me. I ain't gonna hold you. But what could they really trade us for us to benefit? That's what I want. LM and Scott. Where we going with this? Because I think that's because what you think, LM. What could we get from them, bro? What could we get from them, LM?
If I'm Sean Marks, I'm looking for one. if possible, I don't necessarily see a reason to get another pick in this draft because you already
That
have
don't make
4.
no sense.
So if I'm Sean Marks, I'm looking for picks in 2026
The
because
Lakers got
if that
one.
the Lakers got one, it's another elite draft class, and you will want to have some sort of picks in 2026 as opposed to just having one.
That's
And I
right.
think a second round, and that's it. Like
That's it. That's all
2025,
you
you
can get.
said you don't really need. We got 2 second rounders in this draft, and you got 4 first round picks. What more do you need? We
You don't
already
need no
got young
more this
players
year.
on this team that you got to spread.
That you gotta let them play.
Right, you gotta let them. You got Clowney here. You still got Derek. You still got Jalen Wilson. You can't add more. You're gonna have a Houston problem because then you got more talent on the roster. You're gonna have to
Exactly.
choose. One of these
Yeah.
guys is gonna have to go.
So
So,
the
So-
only way you're gonna
so
choose that
LM.
is letting them play and see what you like.
So LM, the challenge is if we trade with Orlando and then
Mhm.
Cam Johnson makes them better and they get back their 2 all-stars, because we know Wagner is going to be an all-star and we know that Bancaro already is. By next year, they're going to have one of the better records in the league. So their draft pick, their 2026, their own 2026 is going to be between 25 and 30 or something like that. So we don't want that.
I would.
Well, LBL, here's
I
the
don't
thing you
think-
got to wait. Can I say this one thing? LBL, you got to consider this too. Do we want the Bucks and the Knicks to win this year? No, we don't. You make the Magic stronger. Yeah, it's a short-term problem for us, but it's a bigger problem for the 2 teams competing for a title right now. So
Talk that
I'm
shit,
willing
John.
to I'm willing to sacrifice the losing a bit to them for them
Talk
to
that
knock
shit.
those teams out to make our
Talk that
draft
shit.
picks even
And
more
hold on, and
valuable.
let
Talk
me
that shit.
and let me
I'm
add
okay
to
with
that,
that.
and let me add to that. Right, not only that,
Thanks,
one,
Breeze.
I'm cool with that because one, we got bigger problems to worry about on our end. If Orlando get better, cool. They already got Paulo and Franz. We have nobody like that on our team at that level that we
Right.
can build around.
Hmm.
So cool, let them get help. They, you know what I'm saying? They already can get into a championship aspiration. Yo, we got our guys. Let's make moves to get this team to where they want to be. We got to worry about one, getting a franchise type of player talent here, and rebuild and try to see if we can even match up to one day being one of the top teams in the
So-
East, along with Milwaukee or Orlando or Knicks or Boston or whoever. Like,
Yo,
it's
can I
way
say something
bigger.
real quick?
We got way bigger fish to fry.
So
All right, just let them be this team's headache, and we'll be our solution eventually.
So you would rather create another super team in our division?
Cam
Scott,
Johnson's a super team with
Wait, Scott,
Paulo
what
and
do you mean
Franz?
Magic are a super team, Scott? They're a young team. They're not the all-star Nets and Big
He
Three
wouldn't be a
area.
starter.
Yo,
No,
don't go crazy.
He wouldn't
Now,
be a
what-
starter.
But what he
Yeah.
means is they strengthen them, and he's talking about next year because by then Anthony Black might be ready. So they'll have
I
they'll
think
have
Anthony Black needs a
Bancaro,
little
they'll
more to
have
go.
Wagner, and they have
Yo,
Cam Johnson as the 4th. Cam Johnson probably becomes the 4th best player on that team.
bruh,
Right,
I'm a
exactly.
But to me, that's the sacrifice. Like, I mean, yeah, they're gonna get better, but at the end of the day, we got more fish to fry on our side of things. Yo,
Right.
I'm
We're
getting
gonna
the
get-
So
A's.
hold on. Let me ask the panel a question. Yo, so who we get the better draft picks from?
That's
You
the
mean-
question.
I would say probably the
The-
Lakers. I mean,
the
Braun
Lakers.
is out after this year.
Lakers,
Like,
the
I mean, it
21st
is what
round,
it.
26.
Yep.
Yeah, they might be trash next year. Braun is gonna be out of there. Not like
Yeah.
Braun ain't leading them to anything.
They be
So,
in
I mean,
rebuild mode, and we have a first round.
they're gonna
pick.
be in rebuild mode. So
Or-
I mean,
Yeah,
The
they
Lakers-
pick would probably be more.
Or
It-
even if
yeah.
it's the older Lakers pick, it's come on, LeBron will be retired. They'll be starting over.
Right.
They
They'll
got
have that pick.
2026 and 2028.
Yep.
Right.
Get your choice.
You better
Yeah, but
off with
this-
the Lakers pick than the Orlando pick. That's for
Oh,
sure.
That's what I
I'm
think, too.
saying. That's the point I'm trying to make. Why would you want a team in your division to kill you?
Exactly.
But Scott,
That is
here's the
right.
thing you gotta realize, Scott. Do you want the Magic to knock the Bucks and Knicks out this year,
We don't
so it
care
makes
about
our
that.
draft capital
But that's
better?
a
I
dice.
do.
I think I would like that, but that's a roll of the dice.
Yes, it's a roll of the
Exactly.
dice, but it's
And-
one I'm
and
willing
you
to make.
already-
Because Scott, the Magic
and you
defensively are
already
very
cre-
sound. They're missing
you
an offensive
already-
spark plug in
And
Johnson.
you already created a team that's going to be better than you.
But Scott, it's not like a super
Exactly.
team, but just like
When
LM
you
said, we have bigger
when you
fish
can
to
get
fry,
that
building the
first round
core
pick,
from the ground up, so we could be at the same position the Magic are in a few years, where it could
Yo,
be a fair battle between
yo, but
both
this the thing
teams.
y'all not realizing about
you
tanking though.
betting on college kids.
Yup,
I
exactly.
don't
Scott,
see
that's
how
what
you do
rebuilding
that.
is, though, Scott. We have
I
to
don't
bet on
see
these
it.
young
You
guys. And we
No,
have
cannot
to
no.
bet that
have
the
a bunch
Magic
of
will knock
college
out
kids.
the Bucks and the Knicks
You
if we do this deal.
must
But
have
you act like
veterans on
because
your team.
but
You
John, you act like
must
if they
have
knock them
veterans
out,
on your team.
if they knock them out, that has nothing to do with draft picks. That has to do with where you finish in the standings, really.
Exactly.
So that doesn't have nothing to do with if the Bucks get swept by
I've seen
Orlando.
teams
All that
do that.
Yeah,
matters
you're
is
gonna
their
need
pick.
Orlando to suck.
But here's the thing, though. You want to keep the Magic at the top for this year because what one of my
No,
friends
you
told me
need
is
them
that
to
if the
suck.
no, but here's the thing, though. If
Because
the
you get a
Bucks are
better
like
pick
around the
if the
5 to
Magic
8
suck.
seed this year, that Bucks pick we have could actually drop as low as 18. It may not be a lottery pick, but if that pick can drop to on the 18th level, that's pretty good for us. Like there's a reason why you make it seem like the Magic strong right now is you don't want them to drop. You don't want to drop with us right now, right? Because then we're bunched up. We might actually make the play in, which screws us up even more.
Yeah,
Like
and that's
there's a
what's so
reason
hard
to
about it
doing
though.
this as well.
It's a whole lot of things that y'all need to work. You know what I mean? And then also in terms of tanking, it's not easy to tank because it's so hard to lose just as much as how it's hard to
It
win. Like, you
affects
know what I
your
mean?
team. It affects
Yeah,
your
and
chemistry.
also look, you're not only competing with teams in the East to suck. You got to compete with the teams in the West that's sucking as well. Look at New Orleans, the Jazz. You got all those other teams as well in the mix. And I don't see the Nets being top 5. Y'all, you want a top 5 pick? I don't see that happening.
Nah, it's doable, but it's when Marks wants to trade these vets ways. If you wait till wait to the deadline, then you're really rolling the dice because by then, say we sneak in a few more wins, that has an effect on you. Like the Nets need to hit the right win to loss ratio to be in the top 5. If they don't, that's their fault.
Yeah, I don't see that happening though, because that's what I'm saying. You gotta suck. You gotta suck worse than those teams, the Blazers, all of them teams, Wizards.
Well, I don't think we'll catch
I
up to
see all
Wizards
of
and
them teams
Jazz,
being
but
worse than them.
if we're around them, but not sucking as worse as they are, we still have a shot.
Yeah,
Like we have to
But
be bottom
yeah,
4 or 5 at
All right.
least.
but that's what makes it
ask this
tricky, right?
question.
Because the worst team doesn't guarantee you the first pick anymore.
But let me
Exactly.
ask
So
you a
Right,
even
right.
even
That's a
if you
fact.
are
Some
worse
don't.
than even if you worse than those teams, we could be worse than those teams, but it doesn't mean we're gonna get the first pick.
And we don't
That's the
got to be
tricky
the
part
worst, and we
about
don't
it.
got to be the worst team to get the second or
but check
third
this
pick,
out.
which
Let me
makes our
Right,
odds
but
even
that's what I'm
better.
saying. It's a
everyone
higher percentage though.
but
If you suck,
everyone answer
right?
this. Who is truly tanking? That's what I want to know. Because to me,
Utah and Wizards, they're truly tanking.
and Portland too, to me.
Utah,
Portland trying to
Portland,
get that pick.
Wizards
Washington.
and Portland is just trash,
Hold
bro.
up, and
They ain't got no
Toronto.
choice.
No, they
Toronto as
Now,
tanking.
well.
Wizards got talent. They just trash.
And that's the thing. They ain't just tanking just to tank.
Wait,
They
did you guys see? Did you
talented.
guys see what the Jazz coach did the other night? Sexton wait for a game winner, and he called the timeout just when he got the bucket into the hoop. That's a clear tanking move right there. You
You know
almost
what
won
else?
that game, but
We talking about
he did that
Jordy. We
intentionally so they
talking
couldn't
about
win.
if we talking about the Jordy influence, right? Like how much the coach contributes to tanking or not taking, right? To me, Chauncey Billups, he's a bad coach, and they're gonna be bad as long as he's the coach. And I
I
He's
don't
think
think
coach of,
you. I don't think you're wrong.
is he the coach of Portland right now, LBL?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yo, you heard what he
I
did with
don't think
8 in
he
the other
does. I
night?
don't think he does good with young talent. I think
Wait, did
that's
you
the
hear what
issue.
he did with 8 in the other night? He only played him 2 minutes in the second half, and he said, I didn't like his spirit. Damn.
Yeah,
Kane's spirit's really gone downhill, man.
I'm just saying. So, like, if they keep him in place, that's the tank. That's the
you
tank.
also might get fired too for that shit. You know what I mean?
But they
Right.
need him. They need him to keep tanking.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I know. I
So
know
when
what
I'm
you're
looking
saying.
at teams and I'm saying, so we have the perfect coach that he would have been. He's like the guy that you want once you get
I
all
know.
these draft picks.
I know. The thing is this. He's really trying to build a culture and on his team because they've been so misleading and misled by so many coaching that it's been terrible. So now he's bringing culture, but how you bring culture and tank? or I don't like to use the word
Tough.
tank.
Well,
either.
that's a tough
But
balance, Scott. But I think
yeah,
you're in a great
and
position
then you
now
got
because
the
now you can
fans
trade these
going.
vets for
What
good value.
I
Now you
understand
did
that, but
that.
how do you build culture with that? Because I've seen
Exactly,
teams
because
tank.
like you said,
I
you
have
need
seen teams
vets. You
tank,
can't have no
and they
vets.
never come
Well, we
back.
can get different vets in a
Look right
deal.
now. Look right now at Houston. Yeah, they kind of exciting a little bit, but they ain't gonna never win anything in the West. They tank for
Facts,
so
it's too
fucking
stacked.
long.
Yup.
You know
That
what? Because you know what? It's like we did it bass backwards. We tank, like we got the coach first, and now we're tanking when we should have been
Yup.
tanking but we didn't have the
last
picks.
year.
But we didn't have the
Exactly.
picks.
Yup.
So that's the biggest problem because most teams tank first, then they get the picks, then they hire the coach. We did
Yo,
it
yo.
backwards.
Yup. I'm about to shake the
Yeah,
room.
Mark's
Yup.
a
Yeah,
twisted
That's why
GM.
they should get Swiper from
well,
the
you
Because
Kings.
gotta what you do
because
is
Hear me?
deal with what you got.
Ime
Yup.
Udoka is not a coach that's gonna. He's just like Fernandez. He's not gonna tank. He's
No,
gonna
Yup.
win.
they not preaching tank
Hell
or
no.
And that's
Man, if
why
rebuilding.
we
they
got
were
Ime
so good.
Udoka, what could have been, man? What could have been there?
Yo, yeah, man, let's not do that, John, man. We got Joy. If we were Jack Farmer still our coach and Steve Nash was still our coach, I'll be like, yeah, man. What if Ime Duco was our coach? But now that we got Jordy
Oh,
Yeah,
Fernandez,
Jordy is doing a great job.
I'm a respect his handle, bro. Respectfully, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
he's
got
doing a great job.
yeah,
Nah,
know what I
Jordy's
mean?
done phenomenal.
like
I mean,
Jordy.
now he's the coach that you know you can win a title with down the road, but it's how you going to get there now because this is where you got to start treating basketball like a business and not try to make everybody happy. Would you really want to make Johnson, Dennis, and Doe happy by keeping them here? I don't. I want to get good assets from him and let these young guys keep building the culture and the program you guys keep talking about, and then we get a top pick back and forth. Like that's the way you got to go.
No,
look,
here's
yeah,
my here's
why can't we do like OKC did? Like you know how they kept SGA? We
You
keep
gotta
Cam
get an
Thomas.
SGA
We keep
first.
no, Cam Thomas is our SGA. He's not
Oh,
as
don't do
good,
that.
but
Please don't. Please
he's
don't do
our
that.
SGA. And
Don't do
then
that.
we keep
Don't do
winning.
that.
We keep our
Hold on,
he's
hold
not
on,
he.
y'all.
I
Hold
said
on,
the
do that.
same thing, but
hold on,
it's
y'all.
a tough spot.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta slow it down just for a little bit, man. I need a yes or no, man. You be trading Cam Johnson, yes or no? We going to
Hell
Iceman
no.
first. Iceman, we trading Cam Johnson, yes or no, man?
Nah, we're not trading Cam.
No.
Okay, no, we ain't even gonna do no soliloquies right now. Hold on, shout out to Tony Tom. He said it's my birthday today. Happy birthday to you. More blessings. You know what I'm saying?
Happy
More
birthday.
life. You know what I mean? Yeah, I appreciate you even pulling up. You know what I mean? Where we gonna try to give you that I mean quality birthday quality content, you know what I mean? But yeah, Iceman, he said no, you're not trading Cam Johnson. That's what it is, man. We're gonna go to Scott. Scott, talk to us, man. We
Hell
traded
no.
Cam.
Hell
Oh
no.
man, that's two Nets fans say, you know what I'm saying? We ain't traded Cam Johnson, you know what I mean? We're gonna keep it going, man. We got Chris on the panel. Chris, what's going on, man? You traded Cam Johnson or no?
Yo, what's good? I don't want Cam Johnson traded because I feel as though he can be a
Nah, we
part of this.
good.
He's not
We good
young.
on the
So
soliloquies. We good.
my
We
bad,
good
my
on the
bad.
save the soliloquies right now. You good though. Shout to everything Brooklyn Nets. John, talk to us, man. We trading Cam Johnson or not, man? What's going on?
In my best opera voice. Yes.
Hey, yo.
That's how you drop it, man.
John, you had a Red Bull or something.
Nah, I don't need
No.
Red Bull to have that energy, man.
Pavarotti.
Yeah.
Actually, my grandfather listened to Pavarotti, so a little inspiration.
Where you at, Breezy? Yo,
He's probably dropped off.
All right, let's go to
What's good,
LM. LM,
today?
what do you think, LM? We got 3 no's, 1 yes. What about you?
It's tough. I'm not even gonna lie. I think we do trade him though. I think we trade him.
Okay, 3-2. LBL?
Well, like that other great opera, voice, Lil Jon. Yeah.
Ain't nobody asked me yet. Do we trade Cam Johnson? Wrong answer. We do not trade Cam Johnson. Unless
Yeah.
we doing it the same way we did Mikal. We wasn't trading Mikal neither. Unless niggas is offering atrocious prices. They got to give us an offer we can't refuse.
That's why that's why I say this organization is bipolar. Because one minute we say something, and then the next one minute we say something, and then the next minute we do the exact opposite of what we saying we not doing. So I don't know what the fuck they do.
Hold on, wait. I be trying to tell y'all that's negotiation tactics, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I say I'm not trading something, that means
because you just said that about Mikal. If you are a person on here who prior said, no, let's build around Mikal, then you have no say in whether we trade Cam Johnson.
Well, I'm not that person. So that don't even matter.
I'm not that person.
That don't even matter because I'm nowhere near that person. I never liked Mikal's cheesy smile.
There's an offer I would take, but
so we got 4-3. I don't know if Breezy gave his answer yet. So if Breezy says yes, we're tied.
Yeah, Breezy
want to keep him.
Yeah, Breezy want to keep him.
Yo, hold on. Who, Cam Johnson?
Yeah.
What's the answer, Breezy?
Yeah. I think Cam Johnson want to stay, man. He done grew a bed, bro. Nah, man.
Breezy.
Bro, y'all want hold on. Listen, y'all want. Bro, y'all want him to say goodbye to all of this beautiful women in Golden Crust? Nah, man.
Let me ask y'all a question because this part baffles me. This part baffles me. How come all of y'all is okay with making KD happy by trading him, but y'all not okay with making Cam Johnson happy?
You didn't want KD to go.
No, but
niggas ain't want KD
he wanted to
leave,
go, so you got to make him happy. If he wanted to go, you got to let him go because that's what he wanted. Even though he signed a contract, it don't matter. He wanted to go, so let him go.
Yeah,
like,
well, that was
right.
Respectfully, Cam Johnson, not Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
respectfully, no, you right, LM. Hold on.
Okay.
Slow it down. LM, you right. Respectfully, Cam Johnson isn't KD, so wouldn't you want to keep KD on your team because he has all that talent?
Well, KD is one of the top 3-4 players in the world. Like, now I get what you're saying.
He feels like it.
But I get what. No, but what I'm saying is, I get what you're saying.
He was regretting it. You seen him on TV regretting it 2 weeks later.
Yeah, he would like.
I mean, I think he wanted out. Like once Kyrie,
he wanted out for a second. He's emotional. You should have let him calm down. Cooler heads will prevel, and then.
But that's what happens when you got a kumbaya head office. Like you gonna get that. Like, of course that's gonna happen. You gonna trade.
I'm asking about y'all though. Like, why y'all okay with it?
I wanted to keep I wanted KD to stay. Like me personally, I ain't want him to leave. I thought he could have stayed with Cam Thomas and had a rookie under, a young player under his belt. He could have mentored, and you know what I'm saying. That would have been dope to see. They would have looked, especially if
you know what, LM. But LM, we would have a chance to reset our future if we didn't trade KD. So in a way, it had to happen.
The problem is, he probably would have stayed if Jordy was our coach. But the problem was,
that's
who
true
wanted,
too.
Who wanted to be under JB?
But that's my point of not trading him at the trade deadline. You tell him, remain calm. If your ass really want to sit out for the rest of the season, you'll do that. But I know you're not going to do that because you're a hooper. And then we get Jordy at the end of the season. Then what? Like, you keep him, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know, but do you still have Vaughn if you have KD?
I said if he want to stay, he playing good. Keep him.
But with KD, I don't think. But with KD, I don't think we're a bad team. So which begs the question: does Vaughn still have a job? Because I don't think we get Horty if KD is still here. Because it's like I don't think we're going to be doing what we're doing now. Last year,
Thomas wouldn't be playing. He hated
probably.
The biggest reason, the biggest reason KD left was he hated the trading habits that the coaching staff had. Like he said, he wished he had more coaching sessions. I think what Jordy's shown is that he takes coaching to the next level. He put him through the toughest training camp in Brooklyn's history to turn these guys into soldiers. And KD, I think, wanted something like that, but instead it was more philosophy, more teaching. And sometimes you can't just do the word bullshit salad all the time. You got to go on the court and show. I just think KD was done at that point. Like, he shouldn't have to tell them to do it because he's Kevin Durant. So
but that's Yeah, now to add to that, John, I just look at it like the root is the coach, and we ain't have no root. The players
Yeah.
could be, they're not the root of the franchise is supposed to represent. The medium between the front office and the players is the coach, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it should
That's
always
true.
be that. So I don't think we necessarily had that. Jay called out Vaughn many times, calling him a yes man. You know what I mean? So when you got coaches doing that, they not having an opinion on what the front office should do or what should players do. And if you mention it to players, and you see how he punished Cam Thomas, basically what I was going to get to. But case in point is, but even if that call was from Sean Marks, it's still a bad call. And I think Jordy Fernandez is the medium between Sean Marks and Cam Thomas. Like, yo, he's a great player. You know, Sean Marks, maybe we need to hesitate about pushing the go button on him. We need to appreciate him because he's going to make another team a contender. Like,
I don't know, Breeze. I got to see how this deadline turns out before I start saying I'm okay with Marks being our GM. You know, like in fairness, and the Thomas thing. If he actually sticks to his word and doesn't trade Thomas, I think that's a lot of good respect for him because he didn't just go with wanting to make everybody else happy. I'm talking about the NBA media pundit heads who don't give Thomas his credit and trade him when his value is low right now, honestly, on the market. So if he keeps him, it shows that he cares about building this a fair way. But you never know right now. A lot can happen from now until February 6th, but we'll see. I think the deadline will tell us what kind of GM Marks is going forward. It will.
So talking national media wise, we're the most hated franchise in the NBA. Everybody is jealous of us because we got Brooklyn on the jersey. That's just the facts. Because when they put that stuff out, I didn't get to see Breeze. I didn't get to do the live with Breezy when he did the Cam getting disrespected about being under 25, the top 25 under 25. But I'm saying if you ain't got him on there and he's averaging 25 a game and he had all of them 40-point games, you just ain't watching basketball. So and that's a national theme. So when you look at it and you look at all these guys, when you watch all those national shows, whether it's ESPN or NBA Today or NBA TNT, they all know Cam Thomas cooks, and he's not just a gunner. But they all know that. But they hate us so much. They've been hating us ever since Kyrie and KD signed with us. So they've been hating us for all of that time. And since they hated us since then, they're like, they want to see us dribble into the ground. So every time you see a BR, like a Bleacher Report trade or something like that, whenever they do it with us, they always giving the other team more credit. They always giving the other team a better side of the trade than us. So then that's why even today when they did the new Bleacher Report trade thing, they had us picking like freaking 14th to 15th, and then all of our picks were like 15 or lower. And then we had guys that some of us never even heard about in the draft because they want us to suck. They want us to be bad. And because remember, the league is about meal tickets, and they feel like the Knicks are it. So they want the Knicks to be up and us to be down. That's how it is. That's how they are. So you gotta
yeah, now we gotta change that narrative. And again, I want to say for a long time, when you think of the contrast in the Knicks to the Nets, even the impact of the team being a merger team, like just like we know the history of the Nets, they know the history of the Nets. They know what they did to us, and they be standing on that shit. And I'm saying that to say that we the ones, the podcasters, the content creators, we the ones that gotta kick up dust. We the ones that gotta say something. We ain't got no big personalities out there representing the Brooklyn Nets. We gotta be the ones doing what we do. That's why I troll them every chance I get. I be having Knicks fans under pressure. Know that. Look at Beeman. Look at Beeman boy in the chat. Look at Beeman boy 81 in the chat. Talk about all cap. I be having y'all under pressure, bro. Y'all want no smoke with me, bro. Trust me.
I know Jack City don't want that smoke with me.
Hold on. We gonna go to Leaf. But I want to say this before we go to Leaf though. Beeman boy, he says we took our time to build what we have, not the NBA, bro. Again, like I said, y'all ain't take y'all time. Y'all ain't got no integrity. You're disrespectful. The audacity, the unmitigated gall, the disrespect, the lack of class. that y'all showed by doing Randall the way y'all did him, for one, and before Randall got
ain't
y'all
no
to the
fucking way, bro.
playoffs, y'all didn't go to the playoffs in years and talk about we took our time to build what we had. Now y'all took y'all time to stab Randall in the back. Disrespectful.
Cut
And you're
through the
talking,
heart.
y'all act like y'all trying to build something, and the guy that helped y'all get into playoff contention, y'all trade him away for cat, and he ain't proved nothing in the Western Conference until Anthony Edwards got there. And he was a top draft pick. He was supposed to be getting his team, and Tibbs got him swept in the first round in the West Coast. Y'all ain't slick. Y'all got your ass cracked in the Western Conference. Now Tibbs and Cat want to come over here and act like y'all running the Eastern Conference when y'all got swept in the first round. I ain't jacking it. Like I said, man, I lean on Nick fans like a kickstand. Yeah, shout the league, man. Shout the league 4780.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, go ahead, Lee. Talk to us, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know what Buddy was thinking, saying that shit that he just said, bro. Like talking about we took our time to rebuild. No, y'all didn't, bro. Y'all didn't believe in Randall, which is one of the reasons why y'all traded him. Like y'all wasn't expecting him to do what he did. So I don't even want to talk about the tangerines, man. I want to talk about the fact that Cam Johnson, I think Cam Johnson is proving that what a good coach could do for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think he's proven that. And last year when the quote unquote Twins was
That
being written
curl.
off, and Cam Johnson was a part of that. Cam Johnson was a part of that. Get him the F up out of here type of business. I think he's proven what a good coach could do for you. It's a lot of stuff being ran through him. Since Cam Thomas been out, and you're looking at the plays, even when Cam Thomas was there and he was being put on the bench because he had the issues with his hamstring and his back. You've seen what Cam Johnson could do in the absence. You've seen what Struder could do in the absence. So I think Cam Johnson and the vets.
Leaf, you know what I seen, Leaf? I seen him coming off that curl opposite screen. Like, I know you always talk about screens, but I see Cam Johnson got really good on the curl. So it's like when he get
Yes.
on the curl, he get the like one dribble, gather, shoot. Like he got a quick release, pause or whatever. But
And
it's
Trendon
like
Watford need to speed up his release.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I think Trendon Watford better at going at the basket, but give it a just
I was
talking.
about to say that, Breeze. I think he is.
Finish your take and let me just say that because my bad. I've been
Nah,
watching
nah,
Trendon Watford.
Yeah, now I wanted to
go
go
ahead,
back
bro,
to
'cause
I wanted to I just wanted to go back to Leaf because he always talk about screens, and I just wanted to say that Cam Johnson got better because coaching, like he said, and I'm saying that to say Jordy Fernandez had him doing more curls than screens, so I just thought that was great on Jordy part. So shout out to him.
Exactly, and by finishing that, I think he got better all around as a shooter. Cam Johnson, bro, like he's got more confidence on putting the ball on the floor, taking a little midi here and there, but most of his shit come from the 3-point line. And be honest with you, bro, like what he's shooting, like a good 39, 40 something percent on the season or some shit like that or whatever.
I'm
Like
about to check.
that's something that championship teams could use. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he want to stay
Facts.
here, the fact that he want to stay here and he want to go through the grind somewhat, bro. Like definitely, but to get on to stay on that point, we obviously know what Jordy is doing for a lot of guys on this team. A lot of guys that's been labeled cast offs and guys that was looked at as wasn't gonna get no playing time, wasn't gonna play 25 to 30 minutes. We getting 20 something, 30 something minutes out of Zaire and Cam Johnson and Keon Johnson and so many other guys on this team, man, that's contributing and just not bending the knee to the whole let's fold it in the tank shit. But
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 Leaf,
at some point,
you gotta contribute that to the coaches and they play development because that's what they're doing.
absolutely,
Like that
and
shit is
Jordy
ridiculous.
and
Like
I
who the
think
hell was
Jordan and not Jordan. And I think
Yo,
Jordy
hold on. Leaf, let's go to Iceman after you. Just pass the Iceman after that, because I gotta ask him
I'm
about.
passing in a second, but I think that in terms of this rebuild process, Jordy right now is sitting at the head of the table. I think Jordy Fernandez is sitting clear at the head of the table of this, man, and I'm thinking that he's taking this shit very seriously, even though the front office is not necessarily taking it serious as of yet. They just basically got the assets, and they don't know which direction to take. It's like giving a kid a fucking it's like giving an 18-year-old kid, a Ferrari, and he don't know how to get it up and down the street. You know what
Bro,
I'm saying?
hold
So like,
on.
That's a problem.
No. Hold on. I want to get to Iceman and Leaf and them on Twitter. I want to get to how he always telling Iceman that he hyping up these G League players. And I was just hold on. I was just about to say something about Tyrese Martin, and I was going to contribute that to Jordy Fernandez, but uh, not to I digress. Not to be long winded. Yeah, I want to hear Iceman take the side of the again. Let me just say where I stand at, because I'm not gonna play these games with y'all. I watch y'all on Twitter, and the way I feel is you gotta contribute the player development side to how well these players are playing, to the coaching and the rigorous coaching style that Jordy Fernandez has. I guess I don't know how else to put it. And I'm only saying that to say that these players are playing well, and traditionally, like if you were playing a video game, you just automatically think you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? But this not no video game. This real life, and he's able. And the box score don't have morale, grit, and honor. Man, they out there playing for their honor when he playing when Jordy Fernandez coaching. Man, so I just think I love it. You know what I mean? I always said this team needed a coach, especially after Kenny Atkinson, those wounds that I had as a Nets fan being healed by Jordy Fernandez. So again, I wanted to go to Iceman because I wanted the Iceman to talk to about the not glazing or glorifying the G League, but the player development side and the relevance it means to Iceman, because he watches the Long Island Nets. You know, Iceman and Jay was up here the other day because Jay went to the game the other day. That was last stream, I think. We was talking about the Long Island Nets. So I just wanted to, you know what I mean? I could go to Iceman about just the player development side of the Brooklyn Nets this season and so on.
All right. So with that being said, right, like I be telling folks, it's not that the G League is terrible. It is terrible as far as competition, right? But the players down there have NBA talent, Leaf. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you. They got NBA talent. They ain't down there because they just terrible. They down there because maybe they all around game ain't there. They need to work on something. It could be one thing. You know what I'm saying? It could be one thing that's keeping them off the floor. So to Briggs's point, the coaching staff and development, if they work on that one thing and they see something and they pull you up, just like I seen today, it could be if they was trades today, it could be two guys that they could sign from Long Island that has some NBA time. You know what I mean? On the floor in the NBA.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till you finish. Go ahead.
I have to go down there and get right. So now that they're getting right down there and everything's looking up, they get called up or they get signed to the roster. As I said, can't sleep on the guys down there because they're G League guys, bro. They got drafted to the NBA. They just didn't. Their situation didn't work out, or they had a piece of their game missing, or something wasn't right. They defense wasn't right. They couldn't stay on the floor.
Hold on, talk to my Ice. What about Gary Payton the second? What about PJ Tucker? There's players that got stories, man, that came from the G League that won championships, man.
I'm telling you, y'all be acting all basketball elitist, man. Like it's only about the top of the top.
I'm gonna wait till y'all finish. Go ahead.
Look at Fred.
Your way to the top.
Look at Fred VanVleet. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, Gilbert Arenas was in the G League. Yo, like, are we? You know what I'm saying? Gilbert was in the G League.
I'm gonna wait till y'all finish. Go ahead.
All right, so there's no talent.
Let me know when I could go, bro.
And there's no talent down there, according to Leaf. But anyways, you know what I'm saying?
No. Let Leaf defend himself. He ain't say that, but I want to hear what he's gonna say actually, because I don't want to 3v1 him, man. But I gotta hear what he gotta say, man.
What the fuck is this? A 20v1?
Here's the thing. I never said there was no talent in the G. No, there was no NBA talent in the G League. I was trying to say that not all the talent down there is NBA ready or ever is gonna be NBA ready. It's a lot of niggas that stay down there, bruh, and then they end up overseas. And then, like, the thing is, we can't keep running back to that same wishing well, bruh. Like wishing that we're gonna get some 1 in the 8th billionth gem out of there, bro. Like that's the same shit Miami did. They somehow ended up in 2 finals, bro, but it wasn't because of G League players alone. At some point, bro, you're gonna have to get top tier talent out of the draft. And I don't think we could try to backdoor our way to success, bro, by just sending niggas up from the G League just because Jordy know how to coach and Jordy could get the best out of guys that's looking for a check or looking to make a name for themselves. That's the reality of the situation, bro. Now the dude
Bruh,
that
so hold on. That's how you. I won't say tank, but if you focus more on player development this season, you could do two things at once. You don't expect to win if you prioritize player development. Like for instance, hold on. Let me say this. I'm not trying to take away from what you're saying, Leaf. Remember when Kevin Ollie seen Dayron Sharp have his best rebound game of his career with 20 rebounds or something like that. He benched him the next game to play Noah Clowney because they was player developing Noah Clowney to space the floor with Claxton on the floor with him. You feel what I'm saying? Otherwise, why do you bench somebody after their career game? You feel what I mean?
you know what I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you, and I'm gonna say this one thing before I pull off because I got to get back to the station. My thing is that when there's no real direction of like a full team going into a full success mode, obviously G League players and a lot of talent, a lot of young talent is gonna come in. If you looking to quote unquote do what we're supposed to be doing, which is in the tank mode, that's I'm saying quote unquote because a lot of us don't want to do it. That's one of the reasons to bring up G League talent, the guys that you was talking about on the Long Island Nets and shit like that. But I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna be out.
Tank is such a harsh word, you know.
It is a harsh word, and I don't like it. That's why I say quote unquote. And I'm gonna say this.
No. I'm saying let's say. All right, can we say
right after this?
Rebuild.
All right,
the rebuild. All right,
prioritizing player development.
Yeah, that's even better.
The player. No. Prioritizing player development, I like that's been a key thing. But it's a lot of these guys that's probably like in my mind, bro. They developed. They just needed a shot, and I think Jordy has been that door. Jordy has been that right hand. Yeah, he's giving a lot of guys. He's living a lot of guys shots that wouldn't have got shots with no other goddamn dumbass coach that we done had in the past
because of his situation.
Yeah, because of his situation. And Kenny Atkinson is the only person that I can remember that was able to give those opportunities. And Jordy Fernandez, bro, is I see a lot of that in him, and I see a lot of attention to detail and a lot of go out there, do what got you here, do what got you to the league. So he's not taking away from a lot of other people's games, but at the same time, you need to find that diamond in the rough. And you're not, and 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna find it in the G League, bro. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, bro. I gotta get back to the station.
You gotta play him. That's how I see it. You gotta play him in the game. You gotta play him.
And sometimes you'll find that one time.
Right. You gotta play him though. If you don't play him, that's why his bench. When he goes to his bench, if you ever notice, he bringing 3 players. He does that often. 3 players in, 3 players out.
But Leaf did have a good.
A lot of coaches don't do that.
Leaf did have an accurate point. Like it does have to be a mixture. Like it can't just be all G League players. Like if you're gonna make a team, you're gonna you need a mixture of draft talent and you know what I'm saying. If you want to go to the G League and get some players, you can do that. But it got to be a mixture. You can't, you know what I'm saying. Miami wasn't doing that without Jimmy Butler.
I just don't agree with it having to be 1 through 3. I know some people feel it has to be the top 3 picks. I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
Scott, we are going to get vets eventually. It's just these vets are not the vets that are helping you get to your picks.
If it don't happen, don't hold your head down.
Facts.
Yeah,
What,
I
if
mean,
we don't,
that's
if we
true.
don't
It
get a
doesn't.
top
Don't
three
sit
pick?
there and go, he messed up because the ping pong balls didn't
No,
fall
he
right.
would mess up. If we don't get a top
If
three
the
pick,
ping
that's on
pong
March.
balls,
And you have your
if
own
the
pick
ping
after
pong,
how many years? He
if
not
the
have his
ping
own
pong
pick.
balls don't fall right, that's not his fault.
Sean Marks controls an outcome here, Scott.
No, he
He
don't
does.
control those balls when they spin around.
Not
in
the
that,
balls, but your
yeah.
record. He
So
plays
then
a part in the
you
record.
can easily get the 7th pick and be the worst
But
team in the league.
but John, what he's saying is necessarily, even though you would want 1 through 3, if the lottery is so good as we say it is, then it shouldn't really be an issue.
Well, here's the thing, LM. Let's say that the best assets we can get in this draft are not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Say we get a Boogie Fland and a Derek Queen. Okay, you tank for 2026 to get Adrian Boozer. That's an outcome, but it does make you rebuild a little longer. But I guess we don't mind that, right? We have a lot of assets to work with, so that's an outcome. But for most rebuilders, that's probably the last outcome you want right now. You want to hope that you play your cards right and you do get a top 3 at least, a second or third, if not the first. Because that helps your trajectory get even better than what it can be if you just get Boogie or Derek as your best assets, you know? Like, there's different outcomes for sure, like Scott's talking about. But the goal is to get a top 3 pick this year. It wasn't to get top 12, top 20.
I just
top
don't
25.
want nobody to cry if we get a top 3 and that top 3 is a bust. I don't want to hear nothing.
What do you mean, Scott? We get top 3. You see what Dylan Harper's doing? Dylan Harper's like the first round selection right now. He's probably get picked number 3. Like, we would actually have a steal right there if we get the 3rd pick with Harper.
I see him going there too.
I'm just saying, it happens.
It does happen.
So hold on. Trajectory wise, Jay did the thing, the numbers the other day. He said we got like 35 wins, and y'all panic. Why y'all panicking with 35 wins, man?
If you're trying to ask us if we're going to do what the Hawks did, that was an anomaly in 20 years. That's not going to happen again.
It depends on the It depends on the laws. Like, if we 33 and like 50, then it is what it is.
It would be 33 and 40. It would be 33 and 49. Hold on. Let me ask you, John, what you comfortable with? What's your losing happiness?
What do you mean, like record wise, or
yeah.
Like, if we have around
what make you happy,
50,
man?
60 losses, I think we should get a second or third pick if you have around 50, 60 losses.
Terrible. You want to go through 60 losses? I don't want to deal with that kind of pain.
I don't think we will. I think we're probably going to have close to 50 losses at this rate if we're going to keep winning.
My thing is, we can't have it both ways. We can't say, yo, we want to compete, and then we look at the roster and have no talent.
Yo, let me ask you,
and then complain about the talent on the team when you have a chance to get some talent.
No, I'm just saying 50 losses doesn't guarantee 1 to 3.
Nah. So hold on. So let me ask you this. Right? At 35 wins, what kind of pick do you think we get? Number 6 or 7?
It could be anything because the league doesn't guarantee the number 1 pick. It could be anything because the league does not guarantee the worst team the number 1 pick anymore. So realistically, you don't know where that team could land. It could be 3, it could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 5.
No. What's the worst pick you could get if you got 35 wins?
14,
7.
Lottery.
Like 7, probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
it probably depends on how many losses the other teams got.
From 5 down. Down.
New Orleans
had like 5 to 10. You saying 5 to 10?
No, I know the answer to your question.
New Orleans had
5 to 1.
I know the answer because I studied this. I'm telling you, I know the answer.
All right, go ahead, Scott.
Between 1 and 3, those teams are 14.5% chance of getting the lowest team, the 1, 2, 3 in each league. Has a 14% chance of getting 1 through 3. 14 out of 100%.
But Scott, most of those teams, the teams that you're mentioning, and those 14%, those teams realistically almost guarantee only have 22 wins. Yeah, that's a fact.
That is a fact.
They only have 22 wins. That's how OKC got Shet. That's how San Antonio got Wemby. It's
Right.
always
We're
22
not
wins.
looking,
That is
but
the
that's
clear
not.
mark.
It's not even looking at the
22
wins.
wins.
It's just 14%.
We getting
It
over
don't.
that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. You 14%.
Yeah, but out
Right,
of that,
exactly.
14%.
That's why Atlanta
So
got the number one and was in
hold
play
on.
in.
Hold on. Let's slow it down real fast, Scott, because he said he jumped out and said, "Oh, that's how they got Shet." Is Shet the best player in that draft?
You could
No.
argue it's not, but he could argue he's probably one of them.
So no. So all right. So who's two? Who's two, Ellen?
It would be Paulo.
Paulo, and then who's
It would
three?
be Paulo, and then I would say Paulo and Shet is the top two as of now. But
Who number three in that?
realistically,
Who number three in that draft?
I
Let me
think
see.
Jalen Williams is in that draft. I don't know if
Jalen
you put him
Williams?
through. Yeah, I think
He was
they
the
got
third
Shet and
pick?
Jalen. No, Jalen Williams was in that same draft as the
What draft was
OKC
that?
got Shet.
2022? So 2020.
Yeah, they got
2020.
Shet. They got Shet and Jalen in the same draft. But Jalen was around 14, I think, or 13
No.
or something.
I was trying to make a point. Ellen. My point was that sometimes the second pick is better than the first pick, or the third pick is
Oh
better
no,
than the
no.
second
Well,
pick.
Shet not better. Shet not better than Paulo. So I mean, it is what it is. But
All
he
right.
one of the best
So you see
players
what I'm
in the
saying?
draft.
All right. So hold on. The Chet Holmgren went 2. Paulo went 1. Chet went 2. Jabari Smith, Auburn. Who is he? Where is he right now, bro?
He on
And
Houston. Jabari Smith Jr.
all right.
Oh.
All
I
right.
mean,
So
he's doing good. He's doing pretty good. Houston
He's
is,
doing pretty good. Nah, you being a little. Nah,
I
you
don't know
capping,
about
bro.
that.
Jabari
I
Smith
don't know
Jr.
about
If you
that.
put
capping,
Jabari
bro.
Smith Jr. on this team, he's probably the best player on the roster.
All right, so let me ask you,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about
bruh.
that.
So hold on, no, hold on,
Y'all laughing.
LM.
I'm dead serious.
He's a
The
good
Hold on,
best
LM.
player
but I
on the
wouldn't put
Rockets
him
team is
that
probably
high.
Sengun right now. I don't think Jabari Smith's matching
Right.
up to that.
I'm talking about on
Right,
this.
exactly.
I'm talking about on. I'm not talking about Houston. I'm
Wait,
talking
you're
about
saying
On
Jabari's
this
better than
team.
Cam Thomas right now on this team? I don't know, LM. I think it's a little stretch.
hold on,
First off, we seen players go on different
yo,
teams and
hold
dominate,
it
right?
down,
Hold up.
man.
He just said you just
Hold
said Jabari Smith is better than Cam Thomas. Get him, Bree.
Nobody said that.
on.
I
You
said
said if
Hold on,
you said if you put him on this team,
y'all
he the
putting
best
words
on
in
the
my mouth.
roster.
Y'all putting
Nah,
words in my mouth. I
LM.
never said that.
Nah,
If y'all let me
LM.
explain,
I'm not. I just need to shout out Akeem Bennett Nets from versus everyone, man. He a Nets fan. Nets fans is the best fan. He just became a member of the page. I'm just trying to shout him out, man. That's all I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Akeem Bennett Nets versus everyone. That's how it is, man. We only got one national game. It's the Nets versus everyone, man. That's real. That's a real handle right there. Appreciate you, bro, for real. New memo on the page, man, and I appreciate all y'all, man. That's on the panel right now. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy Jay. LM, shout to Leaf, he was here. Shout to John, everything Brooklyn Net. Shout to Eskimo. Shout to Scott. Shout to all y'all, man. Yeah,
I'm still
man.
here.
So look, LM. What I'm saying is, I don't think that Jabari Smith lived up to his third draft pick. And to Scott, his point about you could find guys later in the draft that might be better than the top 5. All right, so let me ask you this. Paulo pretty much ain't got it. He's probably the best player in this draft. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he is.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
He was good.
Yeah, so but you still got talent though. You got Ivy. How y'all is Ivy and Keegan Murray living up to their 4th and 5th pick?
Not Keegan Murray, but I think Ivy's getting better as far as offensively. He's getting much better. But I think Keegan Murray was a bust, and they kept him too long.
Is Bennedict Mathurin living up to his 6th pick?
Yes,
Yes,
on
he is.
offense. On offense, he's a bucket scorer. He's the Cam Thomas of the Pacers right now.
Shaedon Sharp is, even though Blazers is trash, but him on the talent level he's an amazing talent. Like he's one of those. He got the highest vert probably in the draft. He's a 6'6" combo guard. He can shoot the 3. He can shoot the, you know what I'm saying? He can shoot the mid range. He's a 3-level scorer.
He ain't
got crazy athleticism.
He's been very injury prone, though. That's the problem.
He's a good talent. I just think he's a good talent on a bad team. Like it's just how it is.
With a bad
Sohan is a good talent. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
you
pretty
would
much
think,
be able to.
so you can say
Nah, bro.
it got a lot to do with a player and the team they go to.
Or it could be that, or it could be the system that they in. You can get drafted to a team. You can get drafted to a team where you can be the main. You can be the main player. You can get drafted to a team where you're the main. The main
you mentioned
player
Jabari Smith. Is Jabari Smith better than Jalen Green right now? Because they're both drafted by the Rockets. Is Jabari Smith better than Green?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
Hold on. You saying Jabari Smith really that guy? He living up to his third pick?
Yo, Jabari Smith was supposed to be the number one pick. Even though Paolo went first, he was supposed to be the number one pick.
I know,
bro. I don't know if I believe the hype, man. They just second in the league right now. Yeah, I'm about to go to the stats, man. I'm about to go to the stats because.
But it's also
you gotta watch the games. Like the stats don't tell the full story. Like there be times with
man, I gotta watch the
game. Can't tell a story because Cam Thomas crushed Jalen Green this year.
Listen, y'all be
the stats don't prove it.
Y'all be the main ones on here arguing. Yo, Cam Thomas better than Jalen Green, correct? And if somebody came on here saying the opposite, y'all will say the same thing. Give context, right? So the fact of the matter is, if you watch Houston games, this time with Jalen Green is a very inefficient player. It is. And Jabari Smith,
he was good in college. He was good.
He was a very good player in college.
He's not on a team. He's on a team that does what everybody want us to do.
He's on a team where they got Sengun and
Green. And you know what happens when you get new talent and all you see is losing? You know what happens?
What happens?
The players don't develop.
Yo, we didn't know what Brunson was going to be on Dallas. He went to the Knicks and automatically became a star. But you don't know unless you put it in a different situation.
But also, these guys
young, man. I'm telling you.
Cam Thomas is only 23. He just turned 23.
Right.
Going to be the best.
The beautiful thing about Cam Thomas is he's seen superstars, that really superstars.
All right, so hold on. Let's just get to it, right? Hold on. This season, Jabari Smith, he played 23 games. He's in the starting lineup. 43% from the field, 34% from the 3-point line. He don't get to the line much, 2 free throws a game. But he 86%. He could rebound. You know, he averaged almost 2 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, just shy of 7 rebounds.
That's not when you're 6'10".
Okay, respectfully. 0.8 assists, 0.9 blocks, 0.3 steals, 2.5 fouls. He trash. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'm just saying, bro, for him to be living up to the third pick, if we had got him at third pick and this is what Ace Bailey was doing, bro, this would hurt my heart. And we lose all of these games and we get a third pick and this is what he doing, this shit gonna hurt my nephew.
Breezy, the difference between Ace and Jabari Smith Jr. is that Ace would be the sole numero uno on the team besides Cam.
You still got the stats up?
I got the stats up.
What Reed Shepard is. He was the third pick in this year's draft, right? Look at it.
On a team where you got Jalen Green, Sengun, Reed Shepard, like Jabari is probably the third option on that team. And respectfully, I know they winning, but they barely pass on the ball, bro.
Oh my God!
You also forget about another young prospect on the team, Cam Whitmore. Everybody's forget about Cam Whitmore, how he was the top prospect.
Well, they say Whitmore to the G League. So.
Hold on.
On this team, I need Whitmore playing actual minutes.
Hold on. I just gotta say before I say this soliloquy, I gotta shout out Cap. I gotta shout out LBL because he asked me to pull up the Reed Shepard stats, and I'm telling you. My word to my nephew. So if we do all of this to lose, to get a guy that's averaging 4 points a game, 1 rebound, and 1 assist.
Please no.
Wow.
Listen,
Breeze, no. Let
me finish. Let me finish. He's not
taking it into
No, let me finish.
Go ahead, Breeze. Let it finish.
If y'all want to invest in a guy that's only going to give us this type of production.
Don't do
I'm
this, Breed.
saying,
This is nasty work, bro.
hold on, let me
This is
finish.
nasty
You
work.
want LM? You want
This is
nasty work? There
nasty.
was some
This is nasty work y'all doing on
LM. You
there.
want
This is
nasty work? There
nasty
was
work.
LM. There
This
was
is
some
very
pundits
nasty work.
this summer that was saying Pete Shepard was going to be the next Stephen Curry. There was some people who said that crap.
Right, but
And he
this
just
is
read
nasty
that.
work comparing this to like a potential ace bit. Like, come on, bro.
It's like,
Like,
all
this
right,
is
so
nasty
no.
work.
You don't
No.
know.
All right, so
You
look. All
don't
right,
What do you mean
listen.
by that?
Listen. All right. So
Don't
what I'm
know.
saying is, again, I don't want to say nothing bad on Ace Bailey. I watched his statistics tonight. Him and Dylan Harper, they had 6 field goals. They were both like 6 out of 16, 6 out of 18. They pretty much take the lion's share of the offense. I imagine both of them are better shot creators than Reed Shepherd. Again, I'm learning college basketball, especially because of Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. And yeah, bro. All I'm saying is to whoever say, yo, what if we get one of these top draft picks and it ain't all that? All I mean is I'm not mad if we don't get a top 3. I ain't tripping hard. I know fans feeling like, yo, we missed out big and this and that. But the way Jordy is coaching, bro, I just think that we're gonna be all right. And I'm not saying I don't want Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, or
I
Cooper
would love to
Flag.
have him, but
But
Sean
am I
Marks got a gut
panicking?
if you don't get one
I
of
don't
them.
know. I don't know if I'm
Fine.
panicking, bro. I don't know if I'm
Here's the
panicking.
rebuttal. Suppose now, how many games have we played so far? What, 22? How many have we played?
23.
But
now,
yeah, we 10 and
suppose
13. Yeah,
now
23.
suppose Cam Johnson playing as great as he is. Suppose this is what Mikal did when he came over from the Suns. Those 27 games when he averaged 26 and a half and he looked like, oh, he's the second coming of Durant.
Yeah.
So suppose in a few games from now, he starts reverting back to the guy who is averaging 13 points and 11 points and stuff like that. So what are we talking about? You gotta weigh both sides. You can't say, well, he's looking like a superstar now, so we need to keep
That's a
him.
good point. That's a good point.
So who are you talking about? You talking about Cam Johnson?
Yeah, he's talking about Cam Johnson. Yeah.
And the twin
bro,
era.
I'm not.
And the twin era.
Nah. Listen,
He
what I'm
could go
saying.
turn back into Joe Harris 2.0.
Oh, don't say that, Jay. That's bad vibes, man. Oh, that is awful.
He kind of did that. He kind of did that in the Phoenix game.
Let me rebuttal to LM. Cap. What I was saying was if they make it good, I just think they up the price. He been playing really good basketball, and Orlando look like they want to still compete. And if they get Cam Johnson, they can continue to compete. While Paolo, and they wait for Wagner and Paolo. That's how I feel. Now, are they the best team for us to trade for? That's why we all here. I don't know, but based on what I've heard, maybe the Lakers might have the best trade package based on draft picks.
They don't. No, Breezy, they don't. The best team that has the best picks to get Johnson, if you want like a whole form, I don't think you get 3 picks, but the closest you could get is probably OKC if they decide to pull the switch and want to like win a title this year. I would say the second best team after them is the Magic, and then you could say the Lakers. I think the Lakers' problem is they want to get a star, but they're so cheap with their assets that unless they want to go all in on a Cam Johnson, I don't think they will. But I would say OKC's the best team with the best package you can get back, but I still think the Magic is the best team you can get a complete list of assets back. So those are my top 2. I wouldn't say the Lakers have the best package at all for us. I really don't. I don't think they do.
No, okay.
I think we really need to think about like let's just put them in a vacuum. All of our veterans, right? Let's take out Schroeder, let's take out DFS, let's take out Cam Johnson, let's even take out Claxton or something, and then Dayron's playing. Now, how do you think we'll do without all those veterans playing? How do you think we'll do like record wise, and how do you think we'll do production wise with the young guys? Can someone answer that?
Epic tanking.
No, I mean, but it might be tanking, but we might start to see some good things coming out of those guys who don't have to look over their shoulder to say,
if you're talking about personal growth, yes, LB. I mean, you look at guys like Tyrese Smart and Derek White. They had their big moments, right? But what happened? They got benched or sent to the G League right after. Well, Derek did, not Martin. But it goes to show you, like, you want to see these young guys play consecutive minutes, have more back-to-back moments.
Off in that game too. I went to that G League game and Derek airballed the layup in front of my face.
That's why I said, right? That's why I said he needs more time. He don't got his legs back under him yet.
Right.
The shot is coming along, but he still got a way to go before he get his legs back.
But what do you think we would do if we didn't have those veterans? You know, and I guess we have to include Ben too. So what would we do? What would we do? Like, what would our record be looking like over the next 50 games or whatever?
No Ben, no Dennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna lose some games.
No point guard then.
Yeah, because there was a stat on Twitter that actually said like Ben and Dennis is the real reasons why we win a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't have a point guard.
Right. It's them two, and then like Cam Johnson comes later or Dorian comes later, but it's mainly Ben and Dennis is the reason why we win a game.
Yeah, we're gonna.
And if you trade in those two, Ben or Dennis, unless Sean Marks know in the back of his mind that you drafting Dylan or Igor Demon this draft, that would be a very crazy move. You gotta know in the draft that you getting Dylan Harper or Igor Demon or Boogie Clans or whoever the hell if you're thinking of trading those two people.
Right. That's why Schroeder is not going nowhere.
No, Schroeder is going somewhere, Scott. It's going to be on a different team. You can't keep him on the team. He's too good. He's too good. He won you 9 games, Scott.
Jonathan.
He's the reason why we're picking 14 right now.
He is the tank commander.
No, he ain't the tank commander. That's Killian Hayes. I cannot give that to Schroeder, man.
No, but Schroeder could stay. And
Killian had 11 assists in that game I went to.
He could stay until you draft a point guard.
You know what's interesting, though, to LM's point? Say you trade Schroeder and then you send Ben Simmons home. At that point, you don't have a point guard, but your mind can be like, hey, maybe Marks thinks we are getting the 3rd pick in the draft and it's Harper. That's a genius move. You get rid of 2 guys who aren't part of your future, and then you go Harper.
Now,
but aren't you
going
to bring up
move now? But if he don't get a point guard in the draft, you be ready to fire him.
Well, if you don't get Ace, Cooper, or Harper, I would be ready to fire him, or Igor for that matter. So yeah, there's another part to it there.
But Jonathan, you're not listening to keep Schroeder.
Right.
Buy out Ben. Right. Keep Schroeder, buy out Ben. And then if you need a second point guard, bring up Bailey. Right. From the G League. Let them play with all them young guys.
See what you got.
And then we'll see where our record falls.
Why not keep Shake Milton, though, LBL? I mean, this kid's been a spark plug lately. It seems the guys really like him. Shake and bake. Shake and bake. Let's keep Shake and bake, man. He's fun.
Are you keeping him because he's a spark plug and you're trying to win?
Well, here's the thing, LBL. A lot of guys are going to say, oh, we don't want to lose a lot of games. At least Shake will keep you competitive for maybe the first 2 quarters before you possibly lose the second half.
Are we talking? Look, these could be 2 exclusively different things. Developing players and winning games. Those could be 2 exclusive different things.
Yeah, but
you can develop players and lose.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but do you like what Shake brings to this team? I mean, he brings energy. Everybody seems to
I don't
him.
like what he brings to the team.
Well, because he's a tank player. It's perfect. Well, he has helped you win games lately, but still.
Go to the game in person and watch him and tell me what you think.
Bro, listen, when I look at Shake Milton, I'm like, if you guys want to keep a vet, keep him. He's not going to impact your draft assets in a big way. Dennis Schroeder does. I've seen him in 9 wins. The Warriors game, we don't win without Dennis Schroeder. If he sat down, that was an L. We beat the first place Warriors before they dropped. Like, come on, man. Like, Schroeder doesn't help you with tanking. He's going to be the reason you get a 12th pick in the draft. That can't happen. Shake Milton, I'll keep him. He gives you energy, gives you scoring, and seems to keep the vibes alive. So
John just want to lose. John just trying to lose.
No, it's not losing. It's not losing. It's losing in style. That's different.
Right,
2 different things.
John, to be honest with you, between Schroeder and Milton, Schroeder will help that young player develop more than Shake Milton will.
I understand what you're saying, LBL, but I would respect Marks a lot more if he traded Dennis and got something back for him than kept him. Potentially screw your record over.
At the development of the player, Schroeder.
You got to develop the player.
But who's actually developing the players? Dennis Schroeder or Coach Jordy?
Well, both.
Both.
I think Coach Jordy. Listen,
No,
what
you
Shooter's
can't put
done
it
well
on.
in is he's been an extension of him on
You
the
need
court.
both,
But
man.
who's the guy that's really helping train these guys?
Because
It's Jordan.
a coach can
It's
show
both.
you, but he can tell you and show you, but he can't play the game for you.
Right.
He's not in the battle. In the battle is your players.
So,
And you don't think they could turn Shake into that if he got the role, if he was thrust into that leadership role?
That's not him.
No,
But I'm
you
gonna say
already
this.
said he's not a better player than Schroeder. No, he cannot show him.
When Tyrese Martin had that 30-point game, he said Dennis and him they had 3-point contests after practice, and Dennis was shooting with him to get his confidence higher. You know what I mean? And Dennis was like, I will almost beat him, but he always wins. You know what I mean? So there, Dennis is working with him constantly because the dude can shoot flat out. You know what I mean? Ain't no doubt about it. But give him confidence. You know what I'm saying? Shoot against him, and he's just beating Dennis all the time. You know what I mean? Now he got to get on the court and drop 30. You know what I mean?
I saw that post game where Dennis was saying, "Yeah, now he's showing you what I see." Right. That's what I'm saying. You gotta have, if it's gonna be a veteran, it gotta be a veteran. It's not like any veteran. It's a veteran with leadership qualities, and Dennis has leadership qualities.
Yes, he does.
Listen, LBL, I understand you saying, listen, I'm a Dennis Schroeder guy. I think we've all come to respect what Schroeder's done. Every time he makes a bucket, I say Schroeder. But at the end of the day, we got to look at the reality of the business aspect that this guy, he's not going to help you get your top pick. You're probably going to win a lot more games than lose, and that gets you out of a top 5. And unfortunately, you can't risk keeping Schroeder for that, man. I just wouldn't do that if I'm trying to play smart.
He's the only vet we keep, though.
Yeah, but that's why I would keep Shake over him because Schroeder has value. I know you guys don't think he's got value, but you don't win 9 games with Shake Milton. You win 9 games with Dennis Schroeder. That right there is upped his value.
What I'm saying is Shake is taking away minutes from a Keon. He's taking minutes away from Tyrese. That's what I'm saying. Dennis ain't taking minutes away from anyone because no one else plays point guard but him and Ben.
Yeah, he's not.
But if Shake is starting, you have a lot more minutes coming off the bench. So it's not like Shake is doing an insanely amount of minute clogging up in here. You know, you can still play Keon off the bench, something like that. Let's remember, Keon is not a starter. He's a third string at best right now, and he's trying to be a backup to this team right now. So the roles will change. Shake Milton, if Dennis goes, Shake will be a leader of this team if they keep him. And he has to get used to it, or he gets thrust out of this team. Like, Milton's also competing for something, guys. Everybody's competing for something on this
Jody
team.
already made Schroeder the leader of the team.
Until Sean Marks actually shows he's a GM and gets him out, okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that, Scott.
If he does that, then he's probably fired anyway. So it don't matter.
That's a good
one. What I'm saying is, it will solidify his departure because the team will not build culture that way.
Well, here's another thing to think about, Scott. Say you do keep Schroeder, how much are you paying him next summer? Because this guy wants one last big contract.
But
he's happy to be here, but then he's going to try to shake Sean Marks up.
You don't have to worry about that now. You don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about that until
he's
after
not asking for $24 million.
He did with the Lakers. Well, let's backtrack here. 4 or 5 years when he was playing his best basketball, they offered him a fair deal, and he said, "I want more." So you don't think if Dennis is like a key leader that you guys are praising him to be, you don't think he's going to want more money? I'm the leader. I'm the reason he won 9 games. The young guys love me. The coach respects me. You don't think Schroeder's going to try to finagle them? I think he will.
At this point, you're trying to win an argument more than make a point.
Right, no, I'm making a great point here because let's remember, Schroeder has a record too in this league.
At this point of his career, those contracts are no longer getting bigger, right?
No,
those
they're not getting bigger.
We have Sean Marks right now. This guy once gave Alan Crabb over $130 million. That was one of the worst.
The guys that got paid and has to get paid are coming up. Dennis is not one of them guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
His timeline is not even fitting.
Right.
He knows this.
He's trying to work
already.
He knows his next contract is his last contract.
Probably his last contract,
and he's probably going to try to move into coaching. That's probably what's gonna happen.
He wants to be in.
And he can do that once he retires. I would love him as a coach on this team. I think Schroeder could be a great assistant coach for us.
You want to trade him, you're not going to do that.
No, but listen, guys, it's a business. Schroeder will help a team right now, and I think Sean Marks will get an offer. Nobody's expecting for Schroeder, whether it's multiple seconds and a young player nobody's using. That would be an offer to get Schroeder off the team. I'm just saying, guys.
These fans, I'll just pray these players don't listen to us. Boy.
Yeah, well,
I hope they do, but I understand, Scott. I understand you want to keep them intact. I get it. Listen, I like Schroeder, but it's a business too at the end of the day. So it don't matter if we like him, but I know he's an asset to another team right now that would need him.
He's not. But see, you're looking at it as an asset in wins, and I'm looking at it as an asset in development. And I'm saying we could still tank, we could still develop the players.
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
And we could keep
Don't
Schroeder.
Use the word tank, rebuild.
Yeah, well, okay, whatever you want to call it. But I'm saying he's developing these guys, and he's building their confidence, and they look to him to see how to get better, and they look at him, and that's what I'm saying. That's who he is.
Yeah, you don't have to play him a whole game. Listen, well, I already told you, Jordy is playing the whole bench. Everybody gonna get run. Everybody getting run.
But Schroeder's been getting 30 minutes a night, so he's still going to get those same minutes.
He don't have no other point guard.
And it's interesting you brought up Tyrese Martin because, you said that Schroeder helped get Martin's confidence up. Damn right, the kid dropped 30 points against a healthy 3 Phoenix Suns star team. Like, you're going to beat teams potentially that are better than you when they're not expecting it, and that also hurts your draft odds too.
Yo, hold on. I just wanted to say, I'm listening to y'all cook. Shout out to y'all, but just to kind of say, just to stir the conversation a little bit, I just want to say who did it right, who didn't. Philly didn't. I mean, they got as far as they got with Ben Simmons and Embiid, but is that enough to tank, quote unquote, tank and get that high of a draft pick in Embiid, Fultz, and Ben Simmons, and then after all of that, that's all they did? I would say they failed that whole situation. They didn't get it right. They didn't do it. It didn't. Whatever reason you want to say, it didn't work. Right?
It used to beat us.
You think about Sam Presti and what he doing with OKC. You're gonna say he got it right. You know what I'm saying? You could say Orlando, they got it right. And how long does it take for them to get it right? It looked like around 3-4 seasons. They building up their talent season by season, getting lottery picks. And even if it ain't a lottery pick, they got a good system over there. You know what I mean? So and I'm saying that to say they took 3-4 years before they would consider themselves contenders in the Western Conference. But they serious right now. You got to know they serious. So what? Of course, Golden State, they got it right. But what about y'all with the panel thing? Who are some of the examples who got it right or wrong when they tanked or quote unquote went into rebuild mode and tried to build from the draft?
Well, I would say Philly got it right. They just didn't get over they didn't get past the second round. You know what I mean? It's not just the players because they had 2 top players. But it's just the team.
Yeah, I agree with Ice. I agree.
You know what I mean? Like
Philly definitely got it right.
The second, you consider the second round. How many times they went to the second round? And
what I'm saying is right when they drafted Ben and they got Embiid,
they got it. They got it right talent wise. Right, they got it right talent.
I mean, they had a couple of misses like Fultz, but I'm saying, but they got it right. You know, because remember they also had Okafor, right? So they got
right.
They did what they bumped their head a little bit.
Yeah, but
right.
The problem
Tyrese Maxey. They hit with that.
And don't forget they also, made some trades. They got Tobias and they got Jimmy Butler and then they kept the wrong person, right?
Their biggest mistake was the James Harden thing. Let's remember this too. Before the whole thing with Moore taking his money, not giving his money, Harden actually took a pay cut so they could get guys on this team. And then when he wanted his money, Moore's like, I'm not going to give you your money. So that was what kind of became a dagger and why this team is sucking even worse than they are.
I mean, but to be fair, John, to add to the Philly losses, like, one, I mean, no one could have expected Kawhi to hit that crazy ass shot. And two, like they always ran into Boston. They always ran into Boston, and Boston always whooped their ass.
And they had they had sorry coaches too. Because let's talk about the first coach. I mean, before Doc Rivers,
Brett something. Is that his name?
Yeah. If Brett Brown or someone,
Brett Brown,
you're
yeah,
gonna
Brett
tell
Brown.
me it's okay. Ben Simmons doesn't have to do anything than what he's doing. That was part of his development. Instead, you see how Jordy is challenging him and saying, "I need this from him." He never got that as a young player, so he never really worked on certain aspects of his game because he was good. He's like, "Yo, I'm a 3-time All-Star, and I can't even shoot, and I don't even have to shoot." You know, and so
Right.
that was
And
part
then
of
he ran to Doc
that was part of his
Rivers.
problem. It wasn't just Ben himself. I'm saying it wasn't
Ben, I
just
need
Ben
you to start
himself.
shooting the damn ball. You're
Doc
And the
yelling at
first
me,
Rivers,
time,
coach.
and look, and then Doc Rivers comes over and says, "Oh, I love this team. I love the makeup of this team." And then the first time that happens with him and Ben, he's like he throws Ben under the bus.
Oh, he
yeah, that's
did.
wrong. That's
Epically.
wrong
So
from
what
a
I'm
coach.
saying is that comes from the management side of who you're picking as your coaches and stuff, because
Yeah, that's true.
they thought talent was enough, and
No,
talent
you
is
need
not enough.
coaching.
And
You need
that's
coach.
and this is the same thing with us in reverse.
Right,
Coaching is not enough.
right.
Well, well, that too. Because to be fair, like even because I heard somebody bring up OKC, like the year that they was 22-58, their coach now was still their coach. Like Mark, I think what his name, Mark Dog, whatever his last name is. He was that coach in that 22-58 season, and
Yeah,
next year they were the number one seed. So technically, can that happen with Horty? Possibly. It's
But look,
possible
that's what I'm
if you
saying
land
about
on getting that pick. But I
LM. That's what
mean,
I'm saying about that 22 wins. This is Jordy's first season as a head coach. You think he is like, as much as they talk about how much of a basketball mind he is, he was a
Yeah.
coaching prodigy. You think he want to start his first season with 22 wins?
but that but this is what I'm saying. Like this is what I'm not taking it
He
to an
out there trying
account,
to
right? Like
excel.
I'm sure OKC coach was a good coach and he didn't want to start with 22 wins. Like, but look where they at now. It's growing pains. Like, of course he wants to go out there and get wins, but it does start with talent. Like, yeah, he has Shea, but apparently Shea wasn't enough for them. So they was like, yo, we got to get someone else. Shea is an amazing talent,
Right.
but he's not enough. We need somebody else on this team. Got Jalen Williams. All right, good. Now we set. Let's get the ball rolling.
All right. So the
It's like
question, the question I
you
ask
don't.
is this. The question I ask is this. This is the one good question. If they don't get 1 through 3, can they get that talent 3 through 10?
Possibly. If you land on a, I think Trey Johnson here would be awesome.
And do you think? And the second thing is, do you think Jordy has control of how he coaching this team?
I think he do.
He's definitely got a voice. He's got a program structure.
Then they don't have to lose 22 games.
It depends, Scott. You got to remember, there's math involved in this. Your win-loss record against everybody else plays a factor.
Because I think culture has a lot to do with these teams.
It has a lot to do with the players.
And the players, yes.
Right.
I mean, that's what I believe.
Yeah, because if
because the talent level is minuscule between each players. Like, it might be a superstar. Some players are just one click away from being an excellent player.
But to me, it's like you can be a good coach, but if the talent is not there for you to teach, like, yeah, you can probably muscle up some wins. I'm not saying you can't do that, but a coach and a talent on the court, along with a really good coach meshed together, you can expect some good things to happen. Like, that's always going to be a good match. Especially, I can't imagine what Horty would do with it.
Even when Boston picked their players, and Brown and them, when they picked them, they wasn't considered great, was they?
Well, they were our draft picks.
I'm just saying, was they great, or did that team gel and they became great players?
Nah, remember they were already
good players
team, because remember they had Isaiah Thomas,
right,
Herford at his peak. So they had some other guys.
Mind you, they was in the Eastern Conference Finals where I think with Washington when John Wall was at his peak. So they were doing good. They just had our picks, so that landed on it being Jason Tatum.
What a team like Boston did with Tatum Brown, it's a rare thing that I don't think people are enjoying. Like, Boston fans are lucky that Tatum Brown have been in the playoffs for how many years now? Almost a decade. They've been to finals multiple times. That's a rare thing to do in this league.
That's what you do when you play chess. Like, you take a bad team's picks. While your team is doing good, let's get some bad teams picks. So while we doing good, that other team gonna be bad. Let that pick go up, possibly to a third or second or first pick, and you rolling. You can get a top end talent while your team is doing good in Eastern Conference Finals.
So the Nets are at that position where they possibly can do that same thing.
Yeah, but
possibly. I've been asking Sean Marks to do that for a couple of years.
Because
but
you know why I
next
say,
year.
But you know why I say no, Scott? Because when you compare who Boston had, those players were proven. Those were proven players who were winning. So I'm saying when you talk about us with Zaire Williams and Keon Johnson and Jalen Wilson, they're not proven. So we don't know. The second half of this season, they could start, going back to the mean and maybe not being as good.
That's a possibility.
And then people will be like, man, get this young guy out of here. Yeah, he's trash or whatever. And so what I'm saying is you always have to be even keel. You can't say, oh, well, Zaire is one of the best defenders in the league because he's playing like that now. But if you notice, one thing I noticed about him lately was even when I went to a game last week, it's like, man, this dude is starting to fall in love with that 3-point shot. He got to start taking it more. And it's like he's developing some bad habits. And part of that is that's the coach, and the coach will work on him with that. But it's also the up and downs of a young player. So that's what I'm saying. But they didn't agree that with Boston because, they had Hartford, they had Isaiah Thomas, and those players were proven. So it's a bit different. It's not the same thing as with us.
Right. And every team's rebuild is different too. Like, we're not gonna have the same trajectory as other teams' rebuilds.
You want to know who did it wrong? The Bulls. So you want to talk about a team that did it wrong? The Bulls.
Y'all keep getting mad at the players for taking 3-point shots, but you keep hearing Jordy say he want to shoot 53s a night. Like, that's what he's asking them to do.
That's how the league is.
Speaking of which, Jay, did you see that thing that I sent? I think I tagged your name in it with Gilbert Arenas.
Which one?
With Gilbert Arenas, the Gills Arena, when they were talking about, all these teams taking 50 shots.
I saw that.
And what I'm saying
what he said.
I agree with what he said. It's like, this is preposterous. You ain't even you scoring 110, 115 points and you still taking 53s. Though that means a lot of them are bad shots. Just because they're open and they're 3, that doesn't make it a good shot. We got to get back to high percentage shots. That's what's happening.
I'm not disagreeing with that right now. All I'm just saying is it seems like the coach is asking them to take so many 3-pointers. So players that may not normally take a 3-pointer or want to take a 3-pointer are going to take one because that's what the coach is asking.
Okay, and that goes back to, but that might go back to Scott's question about who's really coaching this team. So, or was it you? One of you said, is it really Jordy coaching the team, or is he coaching a style? Or, does his style just fit what Marks wants to do? Because it seemed like they're freaking allergic to mid-range and posting up.
I think the league is like that.
I know it is. It is the league trend. And
when you're getting rid of the mid-range shot, it means you're trying to get rid of isolation. You want more team-style basketball. Team-style basketball keeps everybody involved, and it keeps you unpredictable as far as being predictable. Because if you know who your mid-range guy is, it's easier to double-team a guy like Cam Thomas, which, remember, that was happening last year. Now it's like Thomas is in a system where you don't know when he's going to get the basketball.
And that's the reason why I love watching how OKC plays. Because Shea and all of them dudes on that team, while they may shoot threes, they always mix it up and take mid-ranges. And Shea operates in the mid-range a lot. And that is his bread and butter.
Post up people too.
Right. And they post up 3-point shooting team actually right now.
Exactly, which is why I actually appreciate it when they go to the mid-range. Like, I've seen dudes on that team. Even Shet operates in the mid-range area. Like, he can shoot the 3. He's a very good 3-point shooter, but his buckets come from the mid and they mix it up. Even though they're a bad 3-point shooting team, that's not always their bread and butter. And that's what I'm saying about this team. Like, besides Cam Thomas, who on this team is really getting to the mid range?
And it
Like,
looks horrible.
it don't.
Jonathan is saying, "Oh, it looks good because we don't know what's coming." It looks horrible when they run in that weave. They look like some team from the 1930s.
No, I'm saying, Bales, that it's good that Thomas hasn't had to take 40, 50 shots this season, that he's more in a system now where he plays the two, and his basketball is a lot more balanced than it was a year ago because him just chucking up shots wasn't good. I remember this game against Miami, right? Thomas was getting the free throw line against Miami, right? And we had a chance to win the game. Instead of doing what he was doing, going to the
he took that fast 3-point shot.
And I'm like, why are you doing that, Thomas? You just dominated them. Like, this Thomas is more balanced now because Coach Jordy has him in the system. He's not the guy that has to take all the shots anymore, and that works with us right now.
If you look at what Pod Thorne was showing you with Derek Queen, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were looking at that. He was showing you, well, yeah, he's not the most athletic guy, and he might be close to like Dayron's height, right? He might be to that. But his post-up moves were incredible. And what I'm saying, and his passing, his interior passing is incredible. And what I'm saying is you have to let these guys do what they do best. And what I'm saying is part of the problem with the whole league, as Scott is saying, is these coaches are all in love with that European shoot the three style. And what I'm saying is it's not producing more efficient offense at all. And that's the problem. That's the problem, and that's why so many of them keep imitating other people. And you know what they live on? Oh, it's a make or miss league, and then they call it a day. Instead of
not every team is good shooting the three as well, so that's probably why it's also bad from your perspective.
I think, John, you're right, as far as because we don't have that many isolation guys. We don't have an isolation guy like that, so you gotta run the system like in that type of manner because Cam is like the only isolation guy, right? And it helps with the other guys. But to the point, right? You don't always have like Zaire ain't a 3-point shooter. Like that's not his thing.
Right.
That's not his thing. But he's in a system where, all right, if I get open, I got to shoot this. I mean,
yeah.
And some of the time, I guess what Gil's point was, what Gilbert Arenas' point was, some of these guys, they just really can't shoot. Like I'm saying, maybe you get mad at them for shooting 28% from three when what they used to do back in the day, move in 5 feet. If you open, move in 5 feet, and that shot becomes easier. And that's what I'm saying. They don't ever do that. It's like everybody is set shooting. They just shooting, they catch and shoot. And sometimes the catch and shoot might be better if they could dribble once and then move in. And that's
you don't really see like the JJ Redicks or like the Cal Corvers of the world or the Stephs or the Clays. Like, I mean, to those guys, like 3-point shooting, that's like second. It's basically
a free throw.
It's a free throw. Like those guys were amazing shooters. So yeah, you would be okay with them taking a 3-point shot because that's just like that's money to them. But in this day and age where not a lot of guys are 3-point shooters, even though they open, it would be a bad shot because it's not something you really work on. It's not one of your strong suits. So,
and they ran off the thing. They ran off all the top shooters. In that episode, they ran off all the top shooters. They said, who's the top scorer in the league? And they said Giannis. They said, you know what Giannis is in 3-point takers making? He's number 50th. He ain't even in the top 50. He ain't even in the top 50, but he's the top scorer in the league. And they said, that's what we're talking about, efficiency. And I'm saying sometimes because there's no way guys should be coming off the bench unless you are a JJ Redick. There's no way you should be coming off the bench and shooting 10 threes. That's great.
You also know what it is too, LBL. Some guys just can't dribble the ball effectively, and that's why they're in the corners a lot. Like that's a huge reason. If you can't dribble the ball at all, it's going to look bad, and then you have no rhythm on top of it. Like some players coaches have to do that because players' weaknesses are more amplified than we probably even know sometimes. And that's another thing.
It's not about the individual player making the 3-point shots. It's about the team making them at a percentage. So that's why, It's all analytics, bro. They just really think that a 3-point shot is worth more than a 2-point shot. And if you're not going to take
They
a
just don't want to
3-point
go to
shot, you might as
overtime,
well take
Jay. I just think
a
they don't want to go
closer
to
shot to the
overtime,
rim.
man.
It
That's
just
what it is. They
it's
don't
better.
go to overtime.
It's just better entertainment. Like it, we
Right.
also forget
No,
that the
that's
NBA
true.
is also an entertainment
That's
league.
true.
It's better entertainment. Kids, whoever watched the league, they love to see the 3-point shot. You know what I'm saying? Steph did what he did. Yo, let's have the entire league do it. Like it's
And
better
I feel like
entertainment.
And you know
I
what's
felt like the
crazy is
3-point is taking some of the entertainment out of it. It's
That's
making it
what I was
more
about to
it
say,
boring.
does.
Jay. Like
That
imagine a
Right.
team takes like
that
30
too.
threes and up
It
50
does.
points
But at
on
the
you.
same
Hold on,
Like
time,
the first
John.
teams
Let
half.
him
want to
finish.
win.
Let John.
Teams want to win.
Say, but no. But why is it taking the fun out of it, Jay? Say why.
Because it's like it's boring. Like you expect it. It's like, yo, 3-point shot, 3-point shot, 3-point shot, miss, make. Like it's just boring. Like it ain't nothing exciting. You got the midi keeps everybody honest. Like it's more like you go to the rim, you see a mid-range shot, you see a 3-point shot. It's like more
Let me
That's true.
variety.
let me
Like
add
That's
on.
it's
true.
Let me add on to why it's boring because it's taken, and Nets fans who've been going to the Clays for the last 10 years know this better than anyone. It takes out athleticism, and we go to see
Right.
people do things that we can't do. We want to see Sean Kemp. We want to see Dominique Wilkins. We want to see Vince Carter. We want to see Baron Davis. We want to see all of these guys who can do incredible things. And that's why if you really look around the league, you don't see nobody dunk on anyone no more. All the dunks are uncontested. They're
fact.
on
Right.
breakaways. Dudes don't even jump. They scared of getting posterized. So this is what I'm saying. It's like it takes out the athleticism. All it does is like whether you can shoot or can't shoot. The only thing we get to see is whether a guy has a handle. Can he cross someone up? Because we go ooh and ah when he crosses someone up. Then he shoots the 3 and misses, and we go oh. We go ooh but I want to see a
Right, because he
guy. I
sold the
want to
clip.
see a guy skip, jump, and dunk on someone. That's what I want to see. I want
And
to
that's
see, like I ain't gonna see Vince Carter dunk on Alonzo Mourning no more because this is how the game is played. Because the
Yeah,
coaches
that's true.
have taken that away from the players.
That's
They've
and
right.
that's
taken
a
it
and that's a
away.
good
That's
point. And
what's
that's a
missing is
That's a good point.
showmanship.
Yeah.
and look
Where's the
right,
showmanship
and that's
anymore?
But
why
my
as much
thing is,
and that's why
it's
with I
never
would
gonna go
love
back to what it used to be. So you got to evolve the game.
it.
No, but
But
So
see,
my
that's
that's
why
thing
I
what
is,
I'm
said
saying. That's
yesterday,
not evolution.
4-point line.
Evolution is
Shoot,
growth.
shoot free throws from the 3-point line
No,
now.
but
They
evolution
can
is
bring it
growth.
back. They can bring it
Evolution
back.
is
but
They
that
growth.
just
You
got
but
can
to
bring
that's the
it back.
reason why I've been
they can take it
advocating.
a
But that's the
creative
reason why I've
way.
been advocating for as much as I love Dylan, and I would love if he was here. That's why I've really been advocating for Ace to be a net. Cause I
Right.
think he switch. I think he's the balance of that. Like he
He's
can shoot the
exciting.
mid and he can shoot the 3, but his vert is so high that he will try to go and catch a body, and that would send the Barclays up. That would send the Barclays up in flames. Like seeing a young talent go in and try to catch a body on someone, and we jump. Like it's a different mixture than just seeing somebody just
I
throw up
agree.
threes.
I agree. I
Like
want Ace. I love his game. I think it would it'd be good for the team. I say to myself, we might not get him.
that's true.
Because if we don't get him, I don't want to feel bad that we got something else. Because
I think it's plenty of players you can get besides
right.
1 through 3.
That's why I
Let's say
always look at
let's
other
say this.
players.
Let's say this.
Of
The
course, I
best
want Ace.
Scott,
Of course, I
best
do.
who's the best athlete in the draft? They say it's VJ, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would love now I'm saying he may not be the best player for us fit wise, I don't know. But what I'm saying is if he brought back that style of, oh, I'm not only gonna beat you off the dribble, now I'm gonna dunk on your ass. That's the kind of thing that we
And he
need.
can do it too.
Fact.
He has
He
to
can
show
Oh,
do
me
it.
wait,
that.
so who you talking
He would
about?
have to
You talking
show
about
me.
VJ?
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he would have
VJ.
to show me that he can do it on any and everybody.
But the
I
thing
think
with
I
VJ,
think
but
I
it,
think
Because when
VJ
he
is
but
comes to the
VJ
phenomenal
can do,
NBA,
athlete, but I
but
like
because
VJ
his
he
can do that
come
because he's not a good shooter. So
because
he
it
probably
just
will
needs
try
the
to
right
go in the paint and
coach,
jump him.
but
guys. He needs the right coach.
because if
nah
he
nah
comes to
but
the
the thing
NBA,
is
if he
One
comes to
mic,
the
VJ is
NBA,
One mic, please.
look,
One mic.
if he
nah, go
comes
ahead.
to the NBA, he ain't playing against boys. He's
Exactly.
not playing against boys.
You gonna
Like,
try
he
it?
get- well, he might
He ain't
try it,
playing
but he's
against
gonna
nobody.
pay
He ain't
for it.
playing against no white kids from Gonzaga.
No,
He could
he's
leap over,
not
bro.
playing
Yo, how
against
many times have we
boys.
seen college kids come to the league and just try stuff and be like, you know, I don't care who in the league. I don't care if these
Not
are men or not.
He
I'm going
played.
out and doing what I
He
do.
played
It's
in the
nah.
it's
overseas
very few.
Olympics,
It's
bro.
very
Like
few,
Yo,
Very
man.
few.
Paulo
he
Man,
played
Paulo
in
it's
the
the
Olympics.
end
Beccaro
of an
caught a
era,
body
man.
in his first
Paulo
game.
was a man in
Ja
college.
Yeah,
Morant
Paulo
said he not
was a
dunking no
man.
more, man.
In
Wasn't
It's
college,
West
he
over
Paulo
was
for
a
wasn't
was
wasn't
Doncic.
wasn't
man.
Paulo
Westbrook
was
a kid when he
6'10",
first came to the league?
240.
No, Paulo was a
Wasn't
man.
Rose a kid when he first came to the league?
Yeah,
What was
but
he
Rose
doing?
is.
Dunking on everybody?
Yeah, but how many people like Rose have you seen
And
since Rose?
and look what
And
happened to
how many,
him.
And look
and
what
how,
And
happened to
that's what I'm
how
him.
trying to
many
tell
have you
No,
y'all.
I'm
seen
not
since?
Players
arguing
trying to
that. I'm just
protect
arguing.
themselves,
I'm arguing the fact
protect
that
the
they come
bag.
into the league and sometimes they don't care if you're grown men or not. They going in and they doing what they
I
do. I'm not
have to
saying that
see
you're
it with
wrong.
him.
I'm
Like
not saying
John
that you're
Morant.
wrong and God's getting
Like John
injured.
Morant.
I'm just
No,
saying the mentality. John Morant came in. He say all the time, I'm not scared of no one. I don't care if you're 7'3". I'm going in that
Probably
I'm
paint.
said,
not
yeah,
gonna
you
lie.
probably
And
John
went
Moran tried
just
to
3 days ago, he
jump
said,
over
"I'm not
white
dunking no
niggas.
more." 3 days ago,
Yeah,
I
he said,
don't.
"I'm not dunking no more because
Because he's
I'm
thinking
not
about his
getting
long
calls. They
term
trying
he's
to
health.
thinking
injure
about
me."
his
He's
health.
thinking about
Right,
his long term health.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
that's smart.
It
Like,
don't
why
take
would I want
away
to
from
dunk
the
the ball
dog
when he has
mentality
2 more
though.
months? He's
No,
But
that
smart.
don't
but
take away.
it
He
don't
has
take away
that
from
dog
what
in
I'm
him.
saying is it
No,
don't
he
take
has
away from
that
the
dog.
dog
He
mentality.
has that
That's what I'm
dog in
talking
him.
to. It's not exactly the dunking. I'm talking about just the dog. Of I don't
Okay.
care.
All right. I
Nah,
see.
Maybe not dunking on somebody, but I'm going out there and I don't
I
care
mean, listen, I
if
seen
these
that
are
nigga
big
pull
men or
off
not.
2
I'm going
reverse
out there and I'm
layups,
doing
bro,
LM,
it.
in
I
front of
think
my
that era is
eyes,
going
bro.
to
So
come,
I
LM.
don't
I
think
think it will.
Duncan. I don't think he gonna miss Duncan. That nigga pulled off 360 layups in front of my eyes, bro.
Right,
So
right.
I don't think that nigga missing Duncan, bro. Like it was just Jay was
No,
there with me. He saw it. That nigga
facts.
pulled that shit. That nigga was in midair.
Doing
Claxton,
a
bro, God
twirl.
bless his soul,
And
bro. He ain't
decided the
stand a chance.
360.
Exactly.
We know the talent is going to translate. What we are worried about is the mentality. That's
Well,
it.
But that's what I'm.
We
Well,
That's
it's
what
LM,
the
I'm
here's the
saying,
mentality
thing.
that
bro.
we
LM,
worried
you
about.
got that mentality from Anthony Edwards when he took on the Suns. When he took on his childhood hero, Kevin Durant, he destroyed him. You know the smack talk he was talking to him? Like, yo, I got you, I got you. I think he dunked on him at one point. Like, that's what you hope these rookies come in events and start
You know
showing you.
what,
Like,
John? I
taking
agree with
over.
you, bro. But that confidence, you know what happened to that trash talking, that confidence? That shit faded away when he saw Kyrie, and them niggas got walked down
But
4-1, bro.
forget the Kyrie for a
Not
minute. Look what he did to Kevin Durant and Nikola, 2 champions, 2 of the best. He beat them both. Like, that's how you start making those statements.
that's not
And
the
I agree
point he's
with LM.
arguing
Like,
though,
you
Lee.
want
We
that
need
No,
mindset.
somebody. That's not the point he's arguing. You
but
just
you know
need
what?
players on this team that has that
You need
ant
somebody
mentality.
that's not
But you
afraid
know
to you
what?
not take
Right. You
chances.
need people
I
that's
get
not
you.
afraid or
Yeah.
to go
I
against
agree
these
with
guys.
you.
But
You
I
But
need
think
we
it.
I'm
kind of
trying to
lost our
say
way.
that.
We kind of lost our way because what I was saying is
But they not
it's
boys. They
not so
playing
much
again.
just the players, it's the coaches
I think
because
Dylan
the
is the only
coaches.
person
Not
that has an
boys they
advantage
playing
coming
with.
into the league, bro. Like,
I'm
cause
I'm
saying
the
telling
point
you.
Well,
guard
he's
part of
position.
it is
215
the
pounds,
coaches.
Leaf. So, yeah, he
The,
has
the
an
Telling
point
advantage.
guard
you.
position, bro, is going to be men against mice compared to him, bro.
Yo,
Like
that
that,
shit
like
is not easy, man. I'm telling you, you playing way more games. You playing against grown men. You playing against people who got your skill level, who can dunk like you, can hold you,
I
bigger
mean,
than
but
you,
Telling you,
longer
Scott,
than
some of that
you.
don't matter to
Scott,
I'm
these
Scott,
telling
players,
you,
bro.
Scott,
that's
Scotty,
Some of
bro,
that don't
that's
matter to
in
these
Scotty,
players.
college.
as a rookie, bro, like you gonna get overwhelmed, but
I
also
know
you
that.
gotta,
I know
but
what I'm talking about.
yeah, no, but as a rookie you're gonna be overwhelmed, but also as a rookie you got an opportunity to put your name in the pot too,
Right.
to let people know who you are and that you're gonna be a mainstay in this league and
Not
Right.
on your
everybody's
Some
gonna
of
team.
be
that
able to
don't.
do
Some of
that.
that don't matter to these players. I'm
Some of that
telling you,
don't
it don't
matter
matter
to
to
these
every
players.
rookie. It don't
Not
matter.
Well,
everybody is
here's
gonna
the
do it.
interesting thing. The old era is ending. KD, Curry, and LeBron, not going to be much longer, right? We're being part of a new era right
I
now.
don't think
New
none of
era's
these
kind of
niggas are
started.
scared of
So
KD and
it's,
LeBron
I think
and
you'll
Steph
get
at
those
their
guys
age.
back, LM. Because you're
Ain't
going
none
to,
of these
here's the
niggas
thing.
scared of them, bro.
Wait, can I say this one thing? Elm, you're going to need the research, the mocks you're talking about, the badassery, because the NBA, they're losing in ticket sales right now. They need a jolt. They need a spark. And like you said, it starts with these these guys coming here and saying, I don't give a shit about the old guard. I'm the new guard. Like they got to start showing that if you want to
Jonathan,
get the sales.
I think that. But
Like
the
we
thing
need
is, you got
rivalries
to show
again. Like
that.
we need the rivalries. That's what makes
But the
basketball fun.
NBA wants you to they want you to show that on and off the court, bro. You got to understand, Steph and LeBron, they played the long-term game. They played the long-term game in terms of media, in terms of everything off the court, and in terms of marketing the game, bro. Like they labeled the two biggest draws like this shit is WWE wrestling or some shit, bro. It's like so my thing is that I think that the NBA is looking for that type of standout, bro, but they're not going to get that type of standout because a lot of these kids, they march to the beat of their own drum. What the NBA is looking for is company men. And a lot of these kids ain't that.
Right. But part of the problem,
but they do. They got John. They got the. You don't think they got the passing of the guard like Giannis, Tatum,
No, I'm
Embiid?
saying that the era is kind of here, but once those three are gone, it really starts.
Yo, we saw Jason Tatum dunk on LeBron as a rookie, bro. These kids is not coming into the league scared. Not all of them.
They ain't got to be scared. It's just
they don't care who you. They don't care who you are. Some of these kids is cocky. They arrogant.
And they ain't got to be scared. They got to be ready. They got to be ready to get their ass whipped, bro, at any given notice.
That's fine because that's going to harden them. That's fine.
Yo, the thing is too.
Fine.
I feel like we all missing the elephant in the room too. The elephant in the room is
what?
On, y'all.
Come on, y'all.
Crazy.
No, I'm just saying it's not as simple as
The elephant in the room is personnel. That's the thing, yo. Personnel got to match. So when we get these draft picks, all they got to match with Jordy Fernandez playing style.
I think the elephant in the room is the personality. I think the elephant in the room is the personality of the players. To be honest.
That's the GM's job. The GM got to pick players that got good personality.
But that's what I'm saying because look, a lot of you're right. But we know Scott, you're right. But we notice a lot of players like I feel like our
that's
success,
what matters,
right?
bro.
The little success.
Listen, you're gonna need somebody that's gonna have that's gonna be a dirty mind or a dirty dog, bro, in the paint and do some shit that a lot of players don't want to see. But that's not.
Leave.
Yo, why do y'all think? Why do y'all think the Timberwolves? Why do y'all think the Timberwolves let it say what he say? Let him do what he do.
The battery in their back type of players.
Who is
who?
Let me ask you something. Who is the last player? Wow.
What the hell? We getting invaded?
Whoa.
What happened? Somebody got muted?
No, it was Mr.
Computer love, my guy.
You said, if you saying who was the last player, bro, to do the dirty work, bro, he go by the name of Kenyon Martin, bro.
Nah, I'm saying who was the last player that you saw that had a post-up game when they allowed him to go to work and he just couldn't be stopped? I'm saying outside of Shaq, I don't know. Who was the last player that was like that? Because it seemed
I don't even know.
After Shaq, they changed it because even LeBron back when he was younger, he didn't have a post-up game.
Right.
So it's
LeBron still don't have a post-up game.
But that's what I'm saying. They
Damn.
Shaq. And you know what's crazy? Shaq was the same player he was on LA. He was the same player on all of those other teams that he went to, Miami, Cleveland, Boston, Phoenix. But you know what? The ref said, nah, you're not getting that call. Now it's an offensive foul. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they changed the game around him. And then
that's how they control the game.
Exactly.
No, but it make because
they look at it, we haven't had a good post-up guy. Because I've seen sometimes, man, I've seen that dude. What's that dude on Memphis? The dude who used to weigh a lot, Kenny Lofton Jr. I seen him in the summer league. He was killing dudes just in the post-up.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop him.
Right.
But you know what? It's like now he's going to the G League. And it's like, yo, it's like, because when you could do that work, they're like, nah, but the coach don't want you doing that. We still want these amount of threes. And so it's sort of like it's controlled by the league. It's controlled by the league. We'd rather, because what they really want, I mean, you want to talk about elephants in the room, let's talk about it. We want to say there's white kids in their driveway who can never dream to be Anthony Edwards slamming on someone. So instead, we want you to be Steph Curry. So instead, we want you to shooting threes. And that's basically what it is. It's like because that European game that Luka brings, right? That they could shoot, they could pass, they could do all of these amazing things, or it's not an athletic game, but it's what brings those fans to the arena. I went to the Barclays last Friday, and I was asking people in the block. I said, "Man, when did we get so many European people? I know the Wagners are here, but when did we?" And they said, "Yo, it's been like that all season." They said it's been like that all season.
Yeah, that's where the money's at.
That's what Adam Silver wanted.
It's got a show.
That's what Adam Silver wanted. He wants that international game, that international flavor.
He wants that international money.
Exactly.
I agree.
They put out that we got a game in China next year.
Oh, I want to hear trade. Not us making good China relations again. No, that's not what's supposed to hear about.
Yo, but y'all don't think the league, y'all don't think the rest of the world caught up?
After what happened with Daryl Morey, bro. That's what it was.
No, that was a side decision to do that.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I never played for a team that Daryl Morey is a part of.
Bro, please, oh my God!
I think Gambling said that. That was wild. He was also
he actually said that shit in his camp,
he
bro.
said it twice.
Jay,
he went like he had a he had a long-term future.
No, but
look, y'all want to hear something funny though? James Harden said that shit because he went back on the type of deal that Sean Marks gave to KD, and he didn't go back on it.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
James Harden.
Them under the table deals when they think, "Yo, I'm gonna do something for you if this happened." Daryl Morey was like, "Man, fuck that. I don't care what I said. We like." And
listen,
that's why he said Daryl Morey.
It was funny when he went to say that. He also filmed the wine commercial, made a lot of money. So he's like, "I got my money already. You still suck."
Sorry, listen, panel. I want to say shout out to the panel, shout out to the chat. I'm sorry, man. I gotta go, but I'm gonna be back. I'll probably be back with more content later tonight, or definitely tomorrow. What time the game come on tomorrow? Y'all know?
Tomorrow's at 3:30.
3:30, yeah.
Early game.
3:30.
I don't know if I'm gonna come. I don't know if I'm gonna come on right after I got work, but I'm gonna definitely holler back though. Shout out to the panel. When I say shout out to the panel, that's everybody. That's Ice. That's Scott. That's Iceman. That's Scott. That's Apartment Gamers. That's Iceman, the tip off of Brooklyn Nets podcast. That's everything Brooklyn Nets. John, he's everywhere. There's a Brooklyn Nets content creator. Trust me, you know about John, or you just don't know Brooklyn Nets basketball. Shout out to LM, one of the elite college draft scouts. Know about all of the different draft picks that we may or may not get. Shout out to This Is JTV, the man on the boards. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LBL. Shout out to Cat, been a Net fan a long time and want nothing but the best for the Nets fans. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Leaf 4788. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ivan. Shout out to me, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody out there, you know what I mean? I actually to see the Knicks fans again, man. I appreciate you, Akeem Benny Nets versus everyone. He became a member today. Appreciate that. We're gonna be back with more content really, really soon. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out, y'all.